Multicultural Misfits podcast.
Okay, well now I was about to say you can restart it now.
let's just go again. Let's try it again. Welcome one, welcome all to the Multicultural Misfits podcast. This is your host, Audio AB. We got our co-host,
Jordan.
our other co-host.
Omar.
All right, man. How's everybody doing? I haven't seen you guys in a month or something like that.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
It's been like 3 years, no?
Yeah, it's been like 3
Oh,
years
Jesus.
since I've seen you guys. It's been a
You guys
while.
have grown.
What have you guys been up to? You been watching anything cool? I actually watched this show. Have you guys heard of it? It's called A Teacher.
No.
Is it the one? It's on like Hulu or something, right?
Yeah, it's on Hulu. So it is the most stupid show.
But see, I think I remember what it's about.
It's fucking stupid, guys. Let me explain it to you. But it's interesting. I mean, it has interesting choices of music and it has some good shots or whatever. But okay, so it's called A Teacher, right?
Mm-hmm.
The show is about a teacher in Austin, Texas, who decides to like hook up with a 17-year-old student, which is technically legal, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, that doesn't make it right. You know what I
Definitely
mean?
frowned
And-
upon.
yeah, frowned upon.
Definitely a
Legal-
conflict of interest, too, because he's their teacher.
yeah.
So he's not just any older guy.
Yeah,
Very
and
true.
And she's the AP English teacher, and everybody in the fucking show looks like they're 35. Like, do you guys feel that way? Like when you see a lot of these fucking
Bro.
like high school shows or movies, they don't look like they're like 18. They look like they're in their fucking 30s. Am I the only one who thinks that?
No, dude, yeah.
Come
That show
on.
Riverdale. Like,
Bro, in
I
Riverdale,
don't watch
they're like
Riverdale,
45.
but I've seen like, and in 13 Reasons Why too, I've seen like similar things like this where they
Yeah.
show like pictures of the main characters and like the cool jock, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
And
it'll
he
be
looks like he's 28.
he looks like he's 28, bro. The guy's like fucking 6'4",
Yeah.
walking around amongst all these other normal looking people. Like,
I'm gonna reveal something about myself.
It makes no
I like
sense.
to watch Grease.
Grease?
Watch
Really?
Grease, bro.
I've never seen Grease.
I think we
Grease
have
is
a
the one where they fly away
homosexual
into the
among us.
sunset at the end, right?
Yes.
So
Bro,
they're dead,
They
right?
literally fly away.
Metaphorically, they could
Metaphorically.
be dead. But I just think they like graduate in whatever the fuck. That's
That's
not
just
the
an
point.
analogy for
Look,
it. We're taking off to life.
Everybody in that fucking movie is at least 45.
Yeah.
Besides John Travolta, everybody else has a mortgage, a 401k, has grandkids probably. They're all old as shit, and they're acting like they're 16. It's insane.
It makes you wonder, why don't they cast? Is there too much liability to cast actual high school age kids?
I would say so.
I think
They
so.
don't
I've
have
seen
enough experience.
All right, no. So we've seen that movie. We watched it together. The movie Kids. If you guys haven't seen the movie Kids, it's a movie that came out in 1995 by director Harmony Korine.
Yeah.
It is so fucking good. They use real kids and they have them like basically talking about and doing real shit that kids would do. Like they
Yeah.
walk around and they fucking get fucked up and they skate and like they talk about girls and the girls talk about boys. And
Yeah.
you guys remember that movie, right?
I do, yeah.
I think they got in trouble because they used
Dude, they got in a
kids
lot of
that
trouble.
age.
They were fucking
yeah.
11
yeah, they were
kid-
doing hands.
11
They were
year-
doing sexual
Yeah,
things.
there were 11-year-old
Yeah, that
kids
was the
getting
wild
fucked
part.
up. There was sexual shit.
Yeah, that's true, and it was all real, wasn't it? All
Yeah.
the drugs were real. Everything was real.
Everything
I
was
think
real.
so.
Yeah, that was an interesting movie. Though it was a really like very accurate take on kids doing bad things.
So I think
Because not all
that's-
kids are bad, but it's like the bad side of kids
Yeah,
and like
yeah.
the rebellious
Yeah,
side
all
of kids.
kids do bad things, but they're not necessarily bad kids.
Yeah, they're not bad
Yeah.
kids.
No, I
Yeah,
think
everyone
it's a
just wants
fair
to
way of
rebel a
putting
little
it.
bit, and that's that point where I guess you have a little bit more freedom.
Mm-hmm.
You can walk around. You can actually do things at that age, sort of get away with things. So
Absolutely.
yeah,
Speaking of having sex with figures of authority, do you guys remember at our school there was a student that got involved with a nurse? Does anybody know the specifics around that? Because I just remember hearing about it. I don't really remember the specifics of like
With the nurse. No,
how
it
old
wasn't
she
the
was.
nurse.
Or
It
she was like a nurse's assistant or something like
No,
that.
it was
right?
the shit.
She worked in
Not the
nurse's
nurses.
she worked in the. Yeah, I'm pretty sure she worked in the.
Well,
nurse's
I remember
office.
they were doing something out of the training area.
Oh man,
Like some of the trainers were doing some shit with the with kids.
with that.
Really?
Wait, the trainers are older? I thought the trainers were kids our age.
No, somebody got caught fucking in there. Never mind.
That's what it was. It was
I
just
think
two
you're thinking
kids.
of-
It was just
it
two
was-
kids
it was two
fucking.
kids.
You're
It was
thinking
two
of
kids
something else.
fucking.
No,
Yeah.
this is like you guys don't remember that? There was a nurse and she
I
was
remember
a
that.
fucking
I don't
student.
remember
I
that.
remember her being really ugly.
Bro, and the student.
I mean, hey,
She was ugly.
No harm, no foul. I mean, she did fuck a kid, but she was
Come
really
on.
ugly.
Yeah,
and he
keep it
even
in your
bragged.
pants,
I
kid.
wonder if he like bragged to his friends or some shit, or how did it even get out? Because
Yeah.
like in the show I'm watching, like she tells him, like, you can't tell anybody, like, and we have to have our designated times only on Mondays. And then she
Oh
fucking
my God.
she hits him up on a Tuesday night when he's babysitting. She's like, "Can we meet?" And then like. He fucking leaves his little brothers at home because he's supposed to be babysitting. He ditches them to go meet her.
Mm-hmm.
And then he comes back home, and his mom is like sitting there with her fucking hand on her hip, and she's like, "Where the fuck were you?
Where you been? You been fucking your teacher?
I
I was over at Miss Owen's class.
Where were you? Gavin burned himself. You know what I mean? It's like that kind of shit.
Gavin
like,
burned
like
himself.
his little brother burned himself.
Could you
or some
imagine what
shit.
could have happened to your little brother? yeah, yeah.
You
man,
were
I don't know.
fucking
I
your
remember
teacher the
that
whole
though.
time?
It was a kid, and I'm pretty sure his mom or dad was someone in the school, like a teacher in the school.
Whoa.
Imagine that. Your fucking coworker banged your son. So how do you not?
standing around the water cooler.
Yeah.
So how was everybody's weekend?
Debbie, I heard what happened. I wonder what happens to the kid in those situations.
I think
feel like-
nothing.
I
They
feel
just
like
move on.
Yeah, they move on, or in weird circumstances. Like, I don't know if you guys remember, it was like years ago, probably when we were little. Like, some kids, they wait till they're of age and they marry the teacher or some shit,
Yeah.
which
Oh
is
my
really
goodness.
fucking weird if you ask me.
Yeah.
That's so strange. But to each their own. If they're happy, they're not hurting anybody.
I'm about to
then,
say, yeah, if they're chilling, then that's cool or whatever.
You
But
know,
I just,
more power to them.
I don't know. That's kind of weird.
No, it's definitely weird. I mean, I wouldn't engage in it.
Unless they're fine.
Yeah.
Nah, wait,
Well,
the teacher?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you were about to say the other way around.
That's a different
I was
story.
like, whoa.
Imagine
I
Miss.
would. I mean, you go ahead. I think I wouldn't
No,
say that. No, you go ahead.
There's a list of teachers.
There's
I
a
would
list of
for
teachers,
Sure.
Yeah, we don't need to get
One
into
starts
any
with an
names.
I, one
Yeah,
starts,
we don't need to get
I don't
One
know if you
starts with
remember.
a capital I.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
There's
don't
a
need to
Z
get
in
into
there,
any names.
and she is attractive.
I'll give it
A
up.
few others as well, but yeah,
You remember
that's the major one.
There's that one kid. He used to claim that he had like mild autism or some shit, which I think is a complete fucking lie. His name started with an E, and he was like Hispanic. I remember he kissed that teacher that we're talking about on the mouth,
Ew.
or it was either on the mouth or on the cheek. It was probably. I think
Ew.
it was on the cheek. Either way, you don't kiss a fucking teacher. And she like fucking like put him in like the in school suspension type shit.
Sack.
Like and he got in a lot of fucking trouble for that.
Wait, he claims he has autism, that kid?
Yeah, he claimed he has like some mild form of autism or something like that. He claimed. I swear, maybe it's not autism.
Well.
Maybe it's something else.
Fuck that kid.
Fuck
You know,
that kid.
one time that kid
How
sold-
dare he kiss
That
my
kid
lady?
sold me fake Ray-Bans one time.
He
What'd you
sold you
say?
fake
He
Ray-Bans?
sold me fake Ray-Bans for like $35.
What a
What a
fucking
fucking
punk.
dude.
Because I thought he had stole them. Because they
Autistic douche.
were those good
I'm
fakes
just
with the whole
joking.
shebang.
We're just joking. We support the autistic community.
Wait, what did you say?
The autistic douches all around the world.
Autistic douche.
Whether you're autistic or not autistic, I mean, you can always be a douche. It doesn't
Very, very
necessarily
true.
matter. You know? what
Yeah,
I mean?
that's just an excuse. I would say in a situation like that. You know what I mean? Like you kiss your teacher, like, wait a minute, I'm autistic. Hold on.
Wait a minute, I'm autistic.
So did he
Yeah,
say-
I knew that kid. He was. It must have been super mild if he
Slips
was.
a tongue.
Slips
I'm
a little bit.
autistic. How you know how to do that?
I've never done this before. How do you know how to do it? How you know how to do that?
Right?
Autistic kids don't know how
Come
to
on.
fucking tongue ladies.
Wait, so did he actually like he did it or did he just say he did it?
No, people saw him do it. I don't think it was a mouth kiss though. I was over exaggerating on that. I think it was a cheek kiss, but still
Still
weird. You
weird
don't
to fucking
do
kiss
that.
somebody that's not asking for it.
Do you guys ever remember being in school and then sometimes you raise your hand instead of saying like miss, you say like mom on accident to a
I
teacher?
never did that.
You did that before?
That happened like 2 or 3 times. It was
I've been in the room when that's happened before. Though.
Were they
That's hella
motherly
awkward.
teachers, or were they just random?
I think
It was a
women.
guy.
I think it's
It
just
was a male
random.
teacher.
Mom. No, I think it was just random, man.
It just you just
Damn.
just used to calling out mom for
You know,
helping things.
Like, I was saying like in the show, the kid is 17, and here in Texas, the age of consent is like what 17.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Don't you think it's weird that different places have different standards for when they consider someone to be like an adult?
Very,
like,
sure.
and even different creeds and faiths, right? Like the Jewish people, they consider when you have a bar mitzvah, you're a man, and that's like 13, 14, right?
Crazy.
And after that, you do man shit. You know what I mean? But like legally, it's like 18, right? But
Yeah.
don't you guys? I mean, I was having this conversation earlier with a friend. Don't you guys think that's a little young? Like, don't you think the adult age should be 21, or do you think it should be 18? Because I feel like, I mean, even now our brains aren't still fully developed, and at 18, it's even more premature.
But
I think
it depends on what you consider an adult. Like, what's the privileges of being an adult?
Because
Because they want us to go shoot somebody though.
That's
yeah,
true.
at 18 you can go off to war, but you can't
Yeah.
buy
But you can't buy
cigarettes.
liquor.
That's
You can't
true.
buy liquor.
That's what I'm saying. Move to 21, because what does an 18-year-old know about paying taxes? What does an
Not
18-year-old?
shit.
That's what I'm saying. Like when I was 18, I didn't know anything like that. There's other 18-year-olds who get themselves into a lot of debt because they're like,
Yeah.
I want to go to this private school or whatever, and they fuck themselves up, and maybe college wasn't the right path for them or something like that.
Yeah.
But I feel like if they made that decision at 21, maybe it'd be a better decision to make because they'd have more life experience and there'd be more to it. You know what I mean?
But then that would mean like so you're saying at 18, like they're deciding to go to these schools and shit like that.
yeah.
But it's like, they're going. What else you gonna do for 3 more years?
I think
That's a good point. Maybe we should have like a program where everybody travels.
See,
I think those
now
couple
we're
years after
talking.
high school are
That'd be
important. You
dope.
know, I think you grow a lot after those couple years.
Oh,
after
yeah.
high
Yeah, you
school.
grow a
You know,
fuck
because
ton
at
in those
18
couple
you just got out. You're ready to like. You think the world's your oyster. You think you're the coolest guy in the world. Like
Exactly.
you
And
can
then-
do anything.
Yeah. And
But
then-
you learn things as you grow older, and like I feel like at 21, by that age, you should know a thing or two by now. You should have grown and kind of moved on from a thing or two.
Because
But
I would say that I would say compare like your 21-year-old self to your 18-year-old self and like see the differences.
oh,
I know
huge.
yeah, they're
I'm like,
major
I
in
see-
for me.
completely different thought process and everything from
Yeah.
those 3 years.
I think I had
Yeah.
a lot simpler thought process when I was like 18 or
Bro.
19.
I didn't know
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, like 19, I feel like was just a hangover of 18. right?
Yeah.
And then 20 is like, okay, shit's still fun. I can't drink yet. 21's like, all right, I can fucking drink. Like, let me drink. So you get that out of your system.
Bro.
You do all the drinking, go to bars, whatever, and then eventually you're like, okay, I've done the bar thing. That's cool. You're like, what's next? Like, what do I do with my life now? That's when it's a good time to make decisions. That's why I'm saying
That's
21 would be a good age.
I mean, it would, but then you get into hot water when, like, what if you are
True.
18, you want to bang someone who's a little bit older? You know what I mean? I feel like,
that's true.
I don't know, man. I feel like legally it should be okay, but I definitely think people should be a lot more cautious at
yeah, I
that
think
age
people
if they're
should be more
banging
cautious.
older
Yeah.
people, especially like women. You know?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
most definitely.
You know what I mean? It's a lot. It's just
Because
it's
it's
just,
like-
it's just
Because when you're after 18, basically that's after you graduate high school. You can make almost any decision you want. Like you can pick what school you want to go to, shit, damn near where you want to live, what
Yeah,
type
you
of
can live
job
on your
you
own, I
want,
think,
like
at that age.
anything. So it's
Yeah.
you're kind of just thrown out into the world. And college is like it's like a little pillow. Like it's like you could
Yeah.
sit here and chill for a little bit.
Definitely.
But if you don't want to, you don't have to.
for sure.
But it's preferred that you go to college because it's like if you don't, then you're just like shit.
It's interesting to think about. Like, I think about this all the time. All those fucking TikTok stars and like Vine stars and shit. Well, the Vine stars were a bit older, but like all these TikTok stars, dude, they can't be old enough to, like, when they first started, especially to get their own house. Isn't it strange how they're all living? Did you know that they were all living with each other?
Yeah.
There's like 20 of them that are all really famous, and it's like the TikTok house.
It makes sense. Like the oldest person, whoever's like emancipated from their parents or whatever, they buy the house and then you just pay them.
Or
You know what I mean?
Isn't that strange though?
it's not even that. Sometimes it's like these fucking companies that buy them the
Yeah.
house for them to
Yeah,
do
yeah,
sponsored shit
exactly.
in
Yeah.
the house.
I'm
That
sure their
makes
parents just
that
like
too.
agree to it and
Exactly,
like,
because they're getting
man,
fucking paid.
Imagine
Yeah.
fucking.
they're getting millions.
Imagine Bang Energy Drink paying your mortgage.
Bro,
That
oh my
shit
God.
was
awesome,
nice.
man. Yeah. All you got to do is fucking dance.
All I gotta do is dance.
You got to
with
do a
some
new
little
dance
bullshit.
every week. That's
Do a
it.
little dumb little TikTok
Those fucking
dance.
Charlie and all that shit, bro. That girl has almost I think it's like almost 100 million followers. Can you imagine having
man.
100 million
At that age.
followers?
She's doing it right.
That's
but
so
that's
funny.
dude,
At that
that's like
age.
1/3 of the American population. That's kind of crazy. If you think
Yeah,
about it.
bro. It's more
She
than
has
Donald Trump
control.
on Twitter.
That's
She has more followers than
insane.
the president.
Than the president. 11 million more.
That's fucking nuts.
That's crazy, bro.
is
And
crazy
it's
to
a
think about.
legion of young people too.
Bro, she could swing an
Maybe.
election.
Yeah, she could. Yeah.
Swing an election.
If she would have took a political stance, things could have been different. Yeah, imagine. She's like, everyone go vote for blah blah blah. I don't know what she sounds like.
She probably couldn't even vote.
Yeah, I fucking doubt she could vote.
Yo, that's insane.
I mean, all right. So speaking of like, I was talking about adult age being 18, 21. At least, all right. So for people who don't know, in Texas, you can buy a rifle at 18, but you cannot buy a handgun. You can only buy a handgun when you are 21 in Texas, which is strange, right?
That's some Texas shit.
I get it though,
I get it, but like,
because they're gonna be like, oh, you could use it to hunt.
but I can buy a semi-automatic rifle at 18.
yeah, you
And
don't
I
need
can't
that.
buy a handgun.
Bro, you can buy a
That's
shotgun
insane.
at 18.
Yeah,
That's
what the
insane.
fuck is
A
that?
shotgun. You know how dangerous a shotgun is? That thing spreads. Like, you can kill someone in the next room on accident.
Exactly, extremely dangerous. I mean, that brings me into how about my gun? All right, so it was like literally a week after I turned 21.
Okay.
I go to Academy Sports and Outdoors,
Mhm.
and I go up to the guy at the counter. I tell him I want something durable, something cheap, something like worth like a bang for my buck. And he hands me like this little, it's like a Glock 9 Smith & Wesson, and it's like silver on the top, black on the bottom. I'm like, oh shit, this is cool.
Classic.
So like I'm pulling it back and I'm cocking it. So when I pull it back, it catches like a piece of my finger, and like I start bleeding a lot, like a ton. Like I start bleeding all over the counter.
Put it down. I don't want it
And
anymore.
then-
This thing is dangerous.
That's what was going through my head. He was like, "Son, are you okay?" he like took the gun back right away. He's like, "Son, are you okay?" And I was,
Take it back.
and I was like, I'm fine. I'm gonna go to the restroom real quick. So I go to the restroom. I fucking wrap my hand like a fucking like some war medic shit.
In
I
paper
wrap-
towel.
Yeah, paper towel. I get a bunch of fucking paper towels. Wipe my hand. Run back
Oh,
out.
shit.
And he's like, "You still want the gun?" And I'm just like, "Hell yeah, I want the gun." So he does a little background check. I'm in and out of there less than an hour. So
Wow.
I have my handgun. And
Oh
after
my
that, I mean,
God.
I've been shooting with it a few times, and I'm generally pretty responsible with it. I don't like flash it around or anything like that. And maybe when I first got it, I flashed it around a little bit. But,
Keep it in your waistband.
but
and
now, like, I'm definitely like keep it like I don't really even tell people I have it because it's
Yeah.
not good because it could get stolen or something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm telling people now, but
Yeah.
what are they
You're
fucking
telling
know?
everybody now.
They'll never
That's
know,
all
though. They don't know where it is on you.
Everybody know. All right, so the reason I'm mentioning my gun is because I have a story for you guys. So I used to live a few months ago in a not so well-to-do apartment complex. I mean, I wouldn't call it the ghetto, but
It wasn't the ghetto.
It wasn't the ghetto, but I mean, there was some there's some shady shit that happens around there. People get their cars bricked.
For sure.
Places got broken into. Like
That's
shit.
wild.
It can get dicey.
Yeah, it can get dicey over there, right? And I lived alone, right? So like I would always be like watchful for like anybody who looks weird, or who's trying to do shit, or like who's trying to go into someone's place and they don't have a key, or if there's a lot of banging on doors or something like that. Like it's suspicious, especially because like all the apartment complexes are so close together.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's outdoors.
Exactly, and it's outdoors. It's not an indoor place, so there's not necessarily like a.
It's pretty easy to get into.
Yeah, it's
I'm
really
gonna say that.
yeah,
Literally anybody could walk right up to your door.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Just the odds would be very unlikely, but
exactly.
they could.
Literally anybody could walk up to your door. So that night, I smoked a little bit of weed, and I started watching I think like some nature documentary or something like that. I'm sitting in front of my TV, and then I'm texting my girlfriend. And she's like, "Oh, I'm helping my mom with something." I'm like, "All right, cool, whatever." So I keep watching TV, and then I get myself something to eat, and I sit down, and then like 5 or 10 minutes later, I hear some footsteps. I'm like, okay, what the fuck? So I just keep watching, and I'm like, I don't know if they're coming up or down because there's stairs, and I'm on the second floor. So I hear the footsteps get closer, and then there's a small knock at the door. It's like not a huge knock, it's just like a really, really subtle knock. I'm just like, okay, what the fuck is that? And I'm just like, who is it? And then like I say it again, I'm like, who is it? And then they're not saying anything. They knock again. So I run to my bedroom. I grab my gun. I don't have it loaded, but I have a clip in my pocket and I have the gun. And at this point, I'm yelling, like, who the fuck is it? Who is it? Who is it? Who is it? And
Turn
then
into Batman.
Yeah. Who is it? Who is it?
Where is she? Where are they? Where is she?
Who is it? So I'm fucking yelling this, and then like I start getting I FaceTime on my phone, and then like it's my girlfriend FaceTiming me, and then like she's like, it's me, and I'm just like, oh shit. So then
Open the door and point it right at her.
I open the door, and she's just a mess. She's just nah, she doesn't sound like that guy.
You wanna go kill me?
But no, she's crying. The poor thing.
She
Obviously-
could have responded.
She could have said it's me.
Yeah, I think maybe she got too scared and she didn't know what to say. But I mean, like, that's what I'm saying.
Man, you better announce yourself.
Women.
All you have to do is just text me.
I
You
think
should texting me that you're outside.
She wanted to surprise me,
Man,
which I like.
it ain't no
but-
surprise.
Yeah,
at my
once you
house.
shout,
it
who
was-
is it? You
yeah,
gotta
You
answer.
get a surprise bullet in your ass.
I was high. I live alone. You know, what am I supposed to think? So like, I'm fucking yelling. I open the door. The poor thing. She's crying. She's a mess.
God.
She wants to go home. She doesn't even want to see me. I'm just like,
God.
and, like, she's like, you have your gun out? And I was like, no, it's not even loaded. See? And then fucking, I put the gun away. She comes in. She's still crying. I'm trying to calm her down. She's like, you know, kind of skittish. She's like looking at me. She's like, oh my God, this guy's gonna fucking kill somebody. But no, I really wasn't. You know, I was being very cautious. But you know, if you live alone, I mean, shit's scary.
Yeah,
man.
that's just
Yeah, if someone's
And you get
consistently
high.
knocking and you're not hearing anything, like any
Exactly.
response,
And
you
if-
can be like, who the fuck is out there? They want me to open the door so they can like ram it in and come
Yeah,
in.
Exactly. And then if you get high, like it makes you even more
Paranoid.
like paranoid. So then you
Hell
get
yeah.
in your head and you're just like, oh my God, is someone gonna go fucking attack me?
Jesus.
I don't,
Yeah,
nah, in that story, I don't blame you at all. I would have
sure,
been the
dude.
exact same way.
Really.
I've always felt that way about apartments in general. Like, it's just weird how anyone can, because there's no alarms
Yeah.
in apartments, and basically everybody knows that. Some people might have alarms or cameras or something, but you know, there's no real alarms that like when I open this door, someone's gonna come. No one's
Yeah.
gonna come. You know, they might just have footage of it, but if I got a mask on, what does it matter?
And I'm gonna lose all my shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna lose all my shit. So it's weird, man. It's weird to think like someone could just easily break into your window or like ram your door. It's not that hard to kick a door in. I don't think.
Man, I feel like it'd be really scary to have your place broken into.
That's fucking
Yeah.
terrifying.
Even like me having a gun, I would still be scared if someone broke in. You know what I mean?
Because you don't know what they have.
Yeah. I don't
Or
know
who
Yeah,
they
you,
have.
you don't want to get into a gunfight or something.
In your
no.
own apartment.
In
And
my own
shooting your
apartment.
loved items.
Like,
Dude, yeah.
Fucking
Oh, my
You
fridge.
shoot a plate on the fucking wall. I fucking love that plate.
I love that clock, man. Shit. Look what you did. Yeah, and then just imagine, dude, that's always been one of my, like, I have thoughts of that too. Like, if someone was to break into my house, I don't have a gun, but if someone was to break into my house, I have tactics I would do.
Yeah, I'm about to say, I have it planned out in my
you have
head.
tactics you would do? Like what kind
Yeah,
of
what are
tactics?
tactics?
So
Explain.
I've got like there's like an overlook.
I'm just joking.
Stop, please. I'll suck your dick now.
No, I'm joking.
Sir, please, you can have what you want and I'll suck your dick.
I'll get on my knees already. My hands are up.
Sir, I'm butt naked. Come slowly into the room.
Enter slowly into the room and then enter slowly into me.
Just slowly into me. Do what you will and go, please.
All right, now we kid. Oh,
But,
go on.
I have like a little overlook because my house is a 2-story house. So like I have a little overlook from the two-story part, and you can see down to the stairs and like the door and everything. And I've just always thought like I would just throw a lot of things down. Like they can't come up the stairs because I can overlook. right? I'm just gonna throw really heavy things down, and then I'll have a bat waiting for them. And there's like a corner they have to turn when they get up to my stairs. Right when they do that, I'm crouched down. Scott.
So Omar's gonna
Swing straight
Home
up.
Alone
I'm
him.
about to say.
Yeah.
Omar's gonna
yeah.
Home Alone him.
Yeah, I'm in a booby trap. I'm gonna drop like weights on him and shit. A weight swings down and knocks him down the stairs, and they get too close.
So we kid, but that's actually a really good way to deal with someone like that.
Yeah.
The way I want to describe, because you're not getting close, right? Because you want to keep your distance with people like that. You don't want to get close. That's, I
sure.
think that's the worst advice. Because if someone has a knife, they could really do some. They could kill you.
Ooh, getting stabbed must hurt, bro.
Yeah.
And they
was
have
hurt.
to be crazy because they went into somebody's house that they don't even know.
Yeah,
Exactly.
so
But
you're
you
ready
don't
to
know
die.
What they're
You know,
capable
that's
of.
why they say that most robberies. I'm acting like I fucking know shit, but I've heard that most robberies occur with people that you know.
It has
Like,
to.
If someone
yeah.
gets their house robbed, it's usually because like maybe someone helped them move who was shady, or maybe it's like a friend who you shouldn't trust, and then usually it's that case.
For sure.
Like it's rarely. It definitely happens where it's completely random. You know,
Unless they scoped it out first, and
Yeah, that
maybe
happens.
you just
They
got
have
like
to,
a.
they would have to scope it out for a minute.
Because some people,
Exactly.
like, you buy a TV, you leave the TV outside like an idiot,
See,
like
that's
the
just dumb
box.
shit.
And then it's like you're just asking for someone
It's
to be
just-
like, well, this guy has a 70-inch TV, just bought it yesterday. I kind of want that TV.
it's just like we're killing people, bro. Think about it. Whenever someone dies, it's 9 times out of 10 someone they know or someone they were connected to.
Yeah.
If you were to go out on the street right now and kill someone you do not know at all, honestly, you might get away with it.
For sure.
Not that we're advocating murder on the Multicultural Misfits podcast,
Dude.
but we're just saying like it's scary. If there's literally no connection, the cops are gonna have
just
such a hard time
Yeah.
piecing things together.
Yeah.
Not only conceptually, but like statistically too. Like that a lot of people that get away with murder don't know the person. You just drive over to another city, bro. I drive over to some weird Texas town and shoot someone, and I take off, and they'll never see me.
Or just go about your day. And
Yeah.
just be like,
Yeah.
we can't place this guy. We don't even know who the guy is.
Yeah, have an alibi. I went to go get frozen yogurt right after, like right after I killed them.
But you know what's weird? How isn't it funny? Like how common, like back in the West, like 1800s, 1900s, how common it was for people to just get into duels and just kill each other,
Yeah,
and then they just
Yeah.
go on with their day. Like it wasn't like, or maybe it did bother them. I don't know, but I feel like it was a much more common thing. Like people
I
just
always
dying.
think life back then was so trash.
Oh,
sure,
I'm
bro.
sure. I mean, that's why
Terrible.
if you ever look at photos from the 1800s, 1900s, no one's ever smiling.
Very true.
They're
that is a
never
really
smiling.
funny point. That's very true.
They
Yeah,
fucking lost their cousin to diarrhea or some shit.
yeah, bro.
diarrhea.
To dysentery.
Oh, it's fucking
Diarrhea.
terrible.
Dude, yeah, that's very true. No one's ever smiling. I mean, yeah, they just lost. Like, we just had this kid. It fucking took us like 4 kids to get this one to 5 years old because all the other ones
My
died.
fucking wife almost died delivering you.
Yeah, my wife almost died delivering
And
it.
now we got to dig a hole for her in the backyard.
Yeah.
Like an alley cat.
We got to kill our horse tomorrow because his fucking ankle. Like, I don't know, man. Yeah, that was a dog eat dog life back then.
Oh yeah, man, you
It
have like
had to
fucking
be.
6 dead kids buried out in the back. Fucking,
Bro.
isn't that crazy? That's why they had so many kids, because so many would die.
Yeah, yeah. It was the functional way to do it. You better work in the fucking field and shit.
And it was busting straight missionary. the whole
Yeah.
time.
Oh yeah.
I'm having you to work on this farm. I need you to go milk that cow. I don't care if you're 3 or 4 years old.
You think they had the joy of doggy? No. It was
They didn't even know what
dog.
doggy was
They didn't
yet.
even know you could do that.
I bet animals were having a great time back then.
Oh,
I bet
animals,
dogs
yeah.
and shit.
Animals have been having a great time since the beginning of time.
Yeah, but now there's more things to worry
They're
about.
not, they're not sentient like us. They don't have to worry about taxes and fucking
Very true.
people.
Yeah.
People
They gotta
cheating
worry
on
about-
They
them.
don't have to worry about
They
taxes.
have to worry about other animals eating
Yeah,
them.
That's it.
Yeah, it's the only thing they have
That's
to
it.
worry about is other animals eating them.
Yeah, and what's killing a dog? Yeah, you're good.
That's
a
what I'm
dog
about to
must
say.
live a fun
True.
life. They must
I
live a
feel
very
like
fun
the
life.
insect world is a brutal world.
Oh
That's
yeah.
fucking scary.
The
Because
fish-
they're
the fish
born at
world
such
too?
large scales. It's like
Oh, yeah.
constant death and birth. Like just
All the time.
yeah. None of them live longer than 2 years, 1 year.
Bro,
shit
being,
like that.
being born a caterpillar gotta suck ass.
Oh,
Gotta
until you
suck.
turn into a butterfly.
yeah.
If you make it out.
Yeah, if you make it out.
If
I mean,
you
I
make
wonder,
it out of that
I wonder
bitch.
what the percentage is of like caterpillars who make it into butterfly status.
I don't know.
What a
That's good
savage
stat.
place the world is, bro. Or like those
It
little
really
sea
is.
turtles that like
Oh
so
my
many of them
God.
die before they make it to the
Yeah, man.
shore.
People make them into turtle soup and shit.
People make them turtle soup.
Insane.
No, the seagulls too. It's
yeah,
just like
seagulls-
natural
yeah,
shit.
seagulls-
Like
yeah,
there's like a
seagulls
time of
eat them
year
too.
where like I think it's like I think it's just regular sea turtles. I don't know, or all the different types of sea turtles. They all lay their eggs on the shore, and they all got to make it to the water. But like seagulls know that around this time, a bunch of turtles are going to be born.
Wow.
It's going to be a feast, and so they all get
Wow.
together and they just go in and
like
pick
Thanksgiving.
sea turtles, bro.
Is there Thanksgiving?
Don't
It's
they
their
have-
Thanksgiving.
Don't they have a scene like that in Finding Nemo? Nah, that's too.
Nah,
That's
that's too real.
That's,
That's
too
too real.
for
But they
Finding
do have the
Nemo.
scene where it's like the
I mean,
seagulls.
Okay, go ahead. What were you saying?
No, it's the fish. The fish are running down the little thing, and the seagulls are chasing them.
Yeah, but
That's
I mean,
the scene.
Yeah.
I mean, his fucking mom got fucking eaten. You know
She
what I mean?
did.
And that was a Disney movie.
And
By an eel or
all his
something.
little brothers and sisters got eaten.
yeah, what is
Yeah.
it with Disney and killing off parents? But you know what? I think they do it because it's a gentle way to introduce kids to the idea of death.
For sure.
So in
That's
a way, Disney is good in that sense. Like kids are watching these movies and they sort of understand the concept of death because of that. That way, later in life, they can sort of like
Deal
have
with
a
it.
better, deal with it better from seeing it in Disney movies. They can kind of understand it vaguely, right?
Yeah.
As opposed to if they had never seen a Disney movie and someone dies, the concept to them is going to be so mind blowing.
It's a
Yeah.
very funny thought of somebody comparing their life to Nemo, though.
Oh yeah.
Nemo's
Barracuda
mom
ate my
died.
family.
If I could get through it, Nemo can too.
Sometimes you gotta relate it like that though, man.
That is
they
true.
get that emotional stake in there, so they get you invested. And like, oh man, like I really care for this character. I really hope he like succeeds and stuff. You know what I mean?
They
It's
made
a
me
savage
care
world.
about a deer. Fucking
Made me care
Bambi.
about a deer. Yeah,
You know, I've never seen Bambi.
I've
I
never
saw
seen
it.
Bambi either, but I know they killed the mom in the beginning.
Yeah, they
like hunters.
body the mom pretty early, bro.
Yeah.
She got killed pretty
And I'm pretty
fast.
sure Bambi sees it and everything.
Bambi does see it.
It's
God.
it's a savage.
It
it's a
did
savage
Lion
world out
King
there.
fucking Simba sees his dad.
Bro.
Yeah, by his uncle.
That's
By
a
his
major
unc.
one,
By his
bro.
unc.
Yeah, by his family.
Yeah.
And the fucking the wildebeest stomp his dad out, and then he's going over there to his dad's dead body.
It's like pushing him. He's like,
Oh my god! They show the dad's dead body, and then he's like, "Simba, you got to get out of here. Simba, you got to get out of here. They're gonna think what does he say? They're gonna think you did it or something."
I don't even remember.
Why did he tell him to? I forgot, man. But somehow he ends up in the forest with
The hyenas and shit.
No, the
Oh,
fucking
Timon and Pumbaa.
Timon and
Yeah.
Pumbaa, yeah.
singing songs and shit.
And they
Singing
feed
songs
him
and shit.
fucking bugs and shit. He's like, what the fuck is this shit? I want a fucking steak.
Bro,
I
yeah.
want a steak.
I
The
want a
animal
steak.
world is a
You know where I
wild one.
came from?
You know where I came from? I
I'm a
can't.
king.
I can't. I was a goddamn king. I can't eat caterpillars.
I'll eat you right now. Yeah, he's out there eating grubs and stuff. Yucky. Yeah, man, lions are animalistic. I was watching I read a story about a female lion who killed the male lion that she had mated with.
Wow.
She killed the father of her 3 cubs.
Now, do they know why they do that? Like from an anthropological standpoint, or
What
or
they
is
said
it the right
was-
term? Whatever.
So the mom, the female lion was like 14 or something like that, and then the male was like 10. And apparently the male had been raised in captivity his whole life. So they're assuming that like that kind of made him submissive. I didn't watch the video. I don't even know if the video's available, but
damn.
there was video, and it showed that like the mom kind of cornered him and got on his ass, and like she was like biting his neck and shit. And then he ran away like all submissive, and then he came back all submissive, trying to like trying to make up with her. And this bitch murdered him. This bitch killed the lion
That's crazy, bro.
in a zoo. Like
In the zoo?
in the zoo.
Oh, I
This
thought it
isn't
was in
even
the wild.
No, they were like in their cage or like their little sleeping
Oh my
area.
God.
No, this wasn't the wild. But I also saw another video in a sanctuary where a bunch of female lions got together and they all attacked one male, and they were going for the kill. Like bro, it's a brutal world. They hold their legs back. Like two females were holding his legs back, like his bottom legs, and then another one was pinning him down, like biting his neck, like
That one makes
firmly
more
biting
sense.
his neck, like
He
going
pro-
for the
he
windpipe.
probably deserved that one.
Well, but what they said was, so apparently, I didn't know this. Males are they kind of live a life of solitude, right? So they're born.
Yeah.
Females, apparently prides are only females. It's only females.
Whoa, I did
yeah.
not know that.
I
So they
didn't
all hunt together. The male goes out on his own. He hunts solitarily, right? I don't know if that's a word.
He's some lone wolf shit.
Yeah, in solitary, he
Lone
yeah.
lion?
But when he's old enough, he finds another pride. He doesn't find his own pride because that's like inbreeding. So
Yeah.
I guess they have like a genetic like impulse not to do that.
Yeah.
And they go to other prides, and that's when they find their pride. They bang all those ladies, and they kill all the old cubs.
Yeah.
So they'll kill all the old males, or they'll try to kill all the old males, and they'll kill all their children. And, then
they
they'll
sire
bang.
their own children, yeah.
Yeah, and then they'll sire their own
And then they
children.
leave them, or they stay with them. The new pride.
Until another lion comes around and kicks him out. Either they fight to the death, or they get kicked out
Dude.
and they die somewhere in like the wild by
I
themselves.
wonder if there are like any top dog lions who are just fucking. They're probably,
Banging pride.
They're
all
known
over
around
Africa.
town.
Dude, I bet you if you see a wild lion, they're not like. I bet you like a wild lion probably has scratches, fucking
Hell
ears
yeah.
missing, fucking like nose missing, all that kinds of
Wait,
shit.
are you telling me it's one male lion to a pride?
One male lion to a fucking pride.
You know that actually makes sense.
That's crazy.
Because
Polygamy.
Yeah.
yeah,
Actually, yeah.
Insane.
yeah.
Guys are Mormon.
Guys are
Guys are
Mormon.
Mormon. I was
Yeah.
actually gonna ask you guys about that. It's crazy that you brought that up. Mormons. What would you think about having like a lot of kids and multiple wives?
That'd be annoying.
I mean, for me, that'd be a great, you know.
It's the same.
That's a
Omar,
fucking
what-
Right.
I have no qualms. You know,
I think
unless they have issues with it.
And think about it. Like, they can work at the same time. You have like one wife that stays home, one that like goes out and works, one that just cooks. You know what I mean?
That's the functional way to do
With a
it.
bunch
all,
of
all I'm
kids?
hearing
Yeah.
is 2 headaches.
One wife takes care of all the If they're okay with that, they've got to be very relaxed people.
Yeah, I mean they're buying into the religion and all
That's
that.
true.
Yeah.
You know?
I might let it slide, but
They're just kind of hoping you know best, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. They can't all. Imagine they all hate you. You come home and all of them are bitching at you about different things.
Oh, my, that would be.
Why didn't you put the seat up? Why did you? I told you to get milk on the way home, and they're all just yelling at you.
Dude, I feel like they would hate each other.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's no way they get along.
Not in
At
not
least
in a civilization
and
like
not
we
for
are
a lifetime.
now.
Not for like long enough to like make it work with the kids.
Maybe
Yeah.
2 could get along, but any more than 2 wives, it's not gonna happen, bro. If there's 3, they're not gonna get along. I don't
Yeah.
think it will happen.
Normal
That's true.
people, I don't think anyone would go for that. Like normal people that are exposed to like complete modernism, like they live in a city. Who's gonna agree to that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's got to be like some small rural town folk that are like, well, this is what my religion says or something.
But hey, maybe they're saying something we're not. Maybe they're more open minded than we are for doing it.
They have
sure.
to be.
You know what I
I've
mean?
seen, like,
Because they
True
have
Life.
to be for accepting it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've seen like True Life episodes where people are like in 4-person relationships, like 2 guys, 2 girls.
4, damn, 4 is
Yeah.
a lot.
I'm pretty sure I've seen 4. For sure seen 3 and stuff like that.
So like 2 guys, 2 girls. Like one guy switches off, fucks the girl. The next week he fucks the guy, or they
See,
just
that's-
switch off girl
that's
to guy.
crazy.
It depends. It depends on the thing, but it is crazy. Yeah,
That's
and
crazy.
that's what I was gonna say. A lot of them fight, but they're like modern
of
people. You know,
course.
like they live in a regular little town. Like they have phones and shit. Like
yeah, they have
they're not like
phones.
Amish. Or, you know, they're not like they've got access to everything. They got cars. Each of them, and they've got jobs. But yeah, they fight, and they'll get jealous and shit. It's usually all centered around one person of the gender. So like either a bunch of girls and one guy, or one girl and like a bunch of guys.
So one person is like the desire.
One person's like
Yeah.
the desire, and they're not
fighting
even
over
always
the attention.
attractive. Yeah.
Like they want that guy's attention or that girl's attention.
Wow. Well, I
Strange
mean, what
stuff.
we'll do for the opposite
Annoying.
sex's attention, eh?
Annoying.
Yeah.
That sounds
So,
terrible.
or someone's just like, I haven't got laid in a while. You know what? I'll give it a try. I'll deal with this other dude. If she lets me bang her and she's cool with it, I'll give it a try. She's like, yeah, I'll let you do it, but you got to be down with my other boyfriend.
Maybe not my other boyfriend.
I
my
might let it
God.
slide.
Yeah. I don't
Oh,
know, man.
What if he wants in though? What if he wants like some butt play or something?
Oh no, it's not. No.
All right, what if he just wants
I
to
gotta
watch?
talk about it.
He just wants to what?
He wants to watch you guys.
A little
That's
voyeurism.
cool. You bang his girl.
That's cool.
I don't know, man.
I would do it.
Would you be able to get hard in front of him?
If the girl is in front of me, yeah.
The girl's in front of you. Say he's like by the door.
Can I see him in my vision? In my line of sight?
I mean, he's in your blind spot, but
He's
you
in
can-
my blind
you
spot.
Cover him up with, like, a
basically-
piece
You
of
know
paper.
he's there, bro.
I could probably do it.
It's a small room.
Shit.
You can feel the hot air that he's breathing out.
You think so?
Wait, is he like beating off or is he just watching?
He's beating off, bro. You're fucking his girl. That's
Okay,
the
I'm
least,
about to say,
that's
he's
the
beating
least.
off,
I
bro.
keep,
the
when I
least
said that in my head, I'm like,
Come
I
on.
hope he's beating off because if he's just watching, that's hella weird.
Yeah. He has
least-
no
the least he
sexual
can do
stay
is
in this.
beat
He's just like,
He's just
I'm watching this like a movie.
eating popcorn
I
and
want to
shit.
see how this goes.
Yeah. So yeah, Gio. Come on. What happens? What do you do, bro? Do you do this or no?
Damn.
Wait, what are you saying? Are you
Because
saying like
it's
if
not
someone
gay-
comes
it's
up
not
and
gay from your-
proposes
No,
that
it's not.
to
But
Gio?
it's just weird. Like
It
it's
is
just like a weird like.
Yeah. Let's pose a hypothetical. Okay. So this fine ass girl DMs Gio, which is like out of the north. She just fucking just out of nowhere. She DMs him. She's like, "What's up, bro? Like you look good. Like I want to hang out." They
What's
hang
up,
out,
bro?
They hang out, and they hang out a couple times. They bang once or twice. She doesn't tell him she has a boyfriend. Eventually, she tells him like, "Hey, I got a boyfriend, but Gio likes her." He's like, "Damn, like she fucks me good." Like, and she's like, "I have a boyfriend, and he wants to watch."
Mm.
Damn.
What do you say?
I would do it
You do it?
if I know it was good and I keep coming back. I
Yeah.
would do it.
I feel like
I
they'd
wouldn't
rob
mind.
me, dude. I feel like they'd rob me. I feel like it's a setup.
I also do think
I'd
that
be
too.
really
you know?
skeptical, man.
Because you're banging, like that's the perfect time to get the drop on somebody. Just hit him over the head with like a chair or something,
over the
dude. Yeah,
With a vase.
fucking and just knock him right in the chin from behind him.
Take his
Sucker
cell
punch
phone-
him.
Take
Yeah.
his cell phone.
Take his cell phone and plop him outside.
Aki, can we turn the fan on?
Yeah, absolutely.
See.
Omar, would you mind? It's the switch all the way to the right.
Your boy's gooch is hot.
Yeah, we were getting hot.
The
in here.
boys, yeah, he's wearing
The boys
sweatpants. He
Gucci
thought it was
is
colder
loaded.
than it is.
Gio's getting hot talking about
But,
this.
Talking,
I'm
he's
getting
getting
a little
hot
hot
and
and bothered.
flustered.
Yeah, getting
I'm
hot
getting hot
and bothered.
Who's gonna ask me? Who's gonna ask
Who's
him
gonna
that?
ask me?
Someone-
what about
someone's
you?
gotta
Omar?
ask him. I mean, for that reason, I think I'd be super skeptical about it.
Yeah, now that you
All right.
said that.
Now, what if like
But-
okay? Let me keep going with this hypothetical. All right, I'm gonna take it to the other end.
Okay.
God damn.
What if this guy is just like he doesn't look like the robbing type. He just looks like a regular like nerdy white guy wearing like a fucking button down shirt, khakis. Like he looks and they're wealthy.
Mm.
But then it could even be even more weird because like, are they gonna fucking try and take a kidney or eat me or some shit? You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, they'll
very
chop my
true.
shit up and just send me off to somewhere in another
It depends on how
city
much,
or- I mean,
like,
another country.
How long I've known the other girl.
how good she's fucking you? You mean?
Let's
very
say
true.
let's say you met her that night.
I could be manipulated. Oh, not
Let's say
hell no,
let's
not
say
that night.
y'all were having a
The same
great
night.
night at like a because I actually heard this on another podcast, like a similar story. But like let's say like you're having a nice night out at a club and you're with a fine ass girl, y'all are having a great time,
Nah, that's scary.
and then all of a sudden she's like, "Hey, that guy over there, that guy's my boyfriend. He wants you to bang me, and he wants to watch." I don't know, man. I feel like they'd rob me, but
that's some eyes wide shut shit.
if I could
Yeah,
take a
it
friend
really is.
who I trust to like be able to handle business if business needs to be
So,
handled.
so there's gonna be another guy in
Yeah.
the room. So there's gonna be 3 guys in the room.
I'm taking AB and he's bringing his gun. The guy's gonna be watching me. AB's gonna be right behind him with the gun.
I mean, I'm also gonna be watching you guys too.
Yeah, and you're also gonna be watching.
I mean, would you not be curious? You know what I mean? Come
And
on.
you're watching
Peeking
the dude
over.
beating off anyway.
Yeah.
Good job, bro. Good job, bro.
bro.
Good job, bro.
I got him right here. Don't
got him
worry.
right here. Keep it
I got
up.
him right here.
Keep it up.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Would you do it? I don't know.
Let me tag team.
Let me tag team. Let me in. Tag my hand.
Tag me in, bro.
Bro, I couldn't do a train thing. I was in a situation once where someone was at someone else's house. Someone was running a train on a girl. Like a group of people I knew.
Really? You were
Yeah.
invited?
Well, you were there?
I was there. I wasn't in the room, but I was
in
in
the
the
same
I was in the house. I was in the
wouldn't
house.
wanna be
I was
there.
and then I was in the neighborhood. I mean, well, I was downstairs. They were upstairs in someone's room. And they were like they were basically it was 3 people in the closet, one person banging her. And then I guess when that person left, someone else came out of the closet. But it's like, could you imagine being in the closet with a bunch of your friends? Like, yeah, we're about to bang someone. Like, you're all just
Wait,
because you got to
your
be
dick
kind of
hard.
hard. Yeah, you don't want to go out there completely
I'd
flaccid.
either want to go first or second.
Yeah, definitely not last.
Oh, last is rough.
I mean, if
bro.
you're just
rough.
fucking,
I mean, I would still go, but like,
you're not gonna kiss her.
Yeah, but you don't know how
Jesus,
dirty
that's
that other
rough,
person's
man.
dick. I don't know, bro. It just
Are we
seems
all putting on
dirty.
condoms?
yeah.
If we all got on condoms, then I don't give a fuck what my order
That's a good
is.
point.
Everybody,
Maybe.
you,
Yeah.
you need it, bro.
I would
mean,
assume they
there's
use
no way they were
condoms,
all
actually.
friends. There has to be like a few of the guys who were just like, yeah, like I kind of know this guy. He's not necessarily, he's probably my friend's friend. You know what I mean? Like, isn't it weird? Like, speaking of like friends, you know, like whenever you hang out with your friends and they have their friends,
Yeah.
and you meet them, and you're kind of like, okay, so these are who my friends
Who they hang out with when they're
Yeah.
not with
when
me?
they're not with me.
That is interesting. Always trying to mesh different friends
But
groups.
I don't want to fuck with them.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes it depends, man. Sometimes things mesh pretty well depending on the people. Sometimes they're cool. You know, like you guys are cool as fuck, and I feel like your friends are probably cool as shit too. You know what I mean? I
Yeah,
feel like
take
they-
my word for it. I'm
I feel
friends
like-
with them, so
I feel
they
like-
must
yeah,
be. They must be
yeah.
cool. You know what I
I feel
mean?
like
You
they
can go
mesh
after
pretty
him.
well.
That's why I always have a super open mind when meeting friends.
absolutely.
Even if I don't necessarily like find much in common with them, I still because they must have similar personalities, similar
Yeah.
sense of humor, something. You know,
Some people come into a real territorial, like, you're not going to be my friend's friend. You know what I mean? Like,
that's women though.
Like,
That's
I'm going
women.
to take
Oh,
my
yeah,
rank
that's-
here.
I've only known
I've
women
seen,
do
I've
that.
seen that
Oh,
with
yeah,
guys, bro.
You've
I've
seen that with guys?
I've seen that with
too.
guys.
Oh, Gio's
You can't be my friend anymore if you're doing stuff like that.
I for
Can't be
sure
my
seen that
friend
shit with guys.
Yeah.
Bro. That shit was hella weird.
What intentions do you even have? Like, if you're over here being jealous of me, I can't be friends with other people. What
You're
is
my best
this?
friend.
You're my best friend. You can't be friends with anyone else. What am I fucking?
We only go to the mall together.
What am I?
You don't go.
We're gonna go to the mall together.
Rapunzel.
Keeping me in a friendship tower, not letting me out. Oh, come on, man.
Isn't it funny, like, you know, when we were like in our younger years, the tweens, preteen years, like the mall was just that was the place
spot.
to go. Yeah,
Hell
you,
yeah.
You just go to the mall. Like that was we didn't necessarily have a place we wanted to go or anything we wanted to buy. We would just go to the mall, walk around, and try and find
Have y'all
something to
ever
do.
talked to a girl at the mall?
I don't have the balls, bro.
I've
A couple
never done
times, but it's not a
Have
common
I?
thing. But there's been a lot of times where
I
I
don't think I
felt
have.
I saw eyes like there was
Looking at
there
you?
was there was mutual interest, but I just couldn't bring myself to do it.
I don't even know what to say.
I feel like such a weirdo.
What do you
I
say?
always would say a
Hey,
compliment.
So, you
I
want
like
to go
those
grab
jeans
orange?
too.
Yeah.
You want to go grab orange Julius? You know they don't even have those anymore. No one's gonna get that reference.
Build-A-Bear?
You want to go to Build-A-Bear?
I don't know,
Go
man.
to
Yeah.
Build-A-Bear?
But I would be like, I like your shoes. But something that like a normal person wouldn't say, like some strange necklace they're wearing or something like that.
Yeah.
Just throw that at him. Like, oh, I haven't heard that before. Okay.
I don't know what the fuck to say. Like
Yeah.
I just
I
be
don't
like,
either,
damn,
man.
It just
fancy
feels
we're
to me like-
Aeropostale together.
You come here often
You come here often.
Mosey on down.
to the mall.
Let's go get a Wetzel pretzel, girl.
Let's go get a
I'll buy it
Wetzel
for you.
pretzel,
Get
girl.
whatever sauce you want with it.
whatever topping you want.
Whatever topping
on
you
me.
want.
Omar spoils the ladies.
I spoil the ladies, yeah. I'll drop $350 on you. Right here, right now. I just met you. I'll drop $350 on you.
He'll let you get the pretzel with the pepperoni on it.
Hey, that's
Doesn't
high
even need to be
class.
original.
That's the expensive one.
Yeah, I feel like they don't want that. But maybe I'm sure some girls do, but like
They do.
I don't know.
the whole culture now is like you don't want to bother them. You don't want to like. And imagine a girl shuts you down at the mall.
Yeah.
Imagine a girl's having a
But I
bad
mean, hey,
day.
you miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
It's
Very
true.
true.
Yeah.
You
At the
know?
end of the day, what's it gonna be? You hear a no. You hear
Nah,
at
it's gonna
most,
hurt a little
maybe
bit.
some sort of insult. It's
You're
gonna
gonna
hurt.
go home and be like, ah, damn.
Yeah, you'll think about it. No, you don't just shake that off. You think about
You
that.
don't just keep shopping. Like
Yeah.
you don't like go about your day like. No,
It
you're
definitely
like, damn,
bothers
Before you go to
I mean-
bed, that's your last thought.
You got to get rid of it though. Like you know what I mean? You just got to
True.
put it out. Let's leave it out in the pasture.
Yeah, man.
But girls do. Some girls do for sure go to the mall to like
Fine dudes.
find dudes.
Dressing
Yeah.
up all fine.
Or
and
grocery
whatnot.
stores,
Yeah,
bro.
that's
Bro,
true.
Like
I never
Target?
like girls like dress up like all nice to go to the Galleria. I look at them weird. Like I'm like, why are you doing that?
They're looking for rich guys out there, though.
They're looking for some freaky niggas. I don't know what they doing.
Yeah, I don't know.
That shit is gross. You want somebody to hit on you by the ice rink?
By the ice rink?
Chill.
Hit on you by the ice.
You out here by the ice rink? You want folks to hit on you?
Giving it up.
You out here by the Tesla store?
I can either get you or that plate of sushi over there.
Yeah.
What do you think I want?
I want that sushi.
I want that
That sushi
sushi.
won't turn its back on me. That sushi won't say no. That sushi will be interested in me 100% of the time. Doesn't matter what the situation is.
Man, haven't had sushi in a while.
Haven't
You
had
know-
sushi in a while either.
Gio, I want to talk about some bullshit that happened to us earlier this week. So Gio and I were trying to get tickets to a certain comedian who will go unnamed.
You
One-
can say his name.
You can say he's a
One
superstar.
of our favorite comedians. We were trying to get a ticket to his show, and the tickets for his show cost about 1.2 grand to get tickets, which
Whoa.
is so crazy, right?
So it's a section, right?
It was
Yeah,
4
so
seats.
It's 4 seats total, but the total comes out to like probably more than 1.2 grand because of fees and then like
Yeah.
taxes and all that. It probably comes out to like $1,300 or $13 to $1,400.
I was so sad, bro.
North of $300 for a fucking ticket.
Isn't that crazy? And like that made me think about like the prices that a lot of these fucking bands, comics, or whatever are charging for shit. And like I recently like a few weeks ago started listening to this band called Fugazi, and like I was like looking them up and whatnot. So they did this thing. They're like a band, like a progressive rock / psychedelic rock band that came out in like late 80s, early 90s, like Nirvana kind of scene.
Okay,
And what they did was every single show they had, tickets were $5 every time.
that's so real.
That's wild.
That's like super real shit. Don't you guys think so? Like you don't really see anything like that anymore.
Yeah, man.
But
Those are
you
the cool
can't-
kind of people.
Because it's like, nah, I can't say they're cool because it's like the way ticket venues are set up now. It's like the way they sell them, they take such a big ass fee out
Yeah.
of every ticket. So it's like the artist won't make any money.
Exactly.
So it has to be like a given. Dave
Kinda,
Chappelle
though.
charging $250 is like, all right, bro, you don't need this money.
See, that's
Yeah.
different because he's like an iconic. Like he's
It's kinda-
probably the best active comedian out right now.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like everyone's gonna love him. The most consistent.
It's a little unnecessary to me.
Yeah, it's a bit
It
much.
is unnecessary. But
I'm
a band
not-
is different. A band I would respect for that, and especially if they sell merch, dude. I go buy a shirt.
Yeah, I would do
Because
that.
the
Oh, yeah.
shirt that I,
That's
money
how
that
they-
I
that's
spent
how they
on
make
the-
most
no,
of their
it's a
money.
great-
is
you know
the
what I mean?
merch and
It's a great
album
thing
sales.
And they
they're
probably
doing
get.
that, though.
That's a good point, Gio. If they lower the ticket sales, right, the venue doesn't get as much money. But if they sell merch, I'm assuming they get
The merch
a
is
much
mostly
bigger
to them.
profit from that,
Yeah.
like a much larger percentage.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this band would perform like anywhere. Like they'd perform at like bowling alleys and shit. And,
That's
like,
a-
just the most random places. Then people would be fucking pack it. Like they were a popular band. And
That's
they
wild.
tickets were $5, no matter where you were, front row, back row, whatever. Which
That's
is
cool,
so
man.
crazy. Like it's a big like fuck you to the music industry.
That's lit.
You know what I mean? I think like executives fucking probably hated them for
For
that
sure.
shit.
I appreciate that.
And they did that for like years. I don't know if they're still like a band now, but all I know is they did it for years. Isn't that pretty crazy?
That's
yeah,
pretty
man.
cool.
I don't like really expensive shows like that, like Kanye and like Drake and stuff. It's like, dude,
It depends.
I
I
can't
think I'd
spend
like
that much
No,
money.
Kanye show is like it's like an art show, bro. I think
Yeah,
I'd,
that's
I'd
a
love
little-
to
no,
go to
I'd
that
have a
show.
good time, but I'd be
Drake-
so
Drake, I
upset
don't
with
care.
how much money I have to
Yeah,
spend
Drake's
just to get
neither
in
here
here.
nor there.
Drake is
That's
whatever.
gonna be
Drake is
like going
Drake.
to the club. Like it's like
Yeah.
the same.
Yeah.
You're not doing anything
That's
different.
I'm in a
That's-
car listening to my radio. Is
Exactly.
what's going on. But
Kanye
Kanye,
is
yeah, like
like-
you said, it's like a show. He's doing stuff. Like he's
Yeah,
gonna have
most
some sort of
definitely.
like.
It's an actual
event
performance.
happen.
Like
Yeah.
it's like he's actually putting something forward.
He
Drake's
said-
just on the stage with a jersey on.
Kanye said he lost money on some of his tours just because of how extravagant everything
'cause
was.
his budget is insane.
Cool guy,
Right? Isn't that fucking neat?
man of the people.
Putting on legit, like putting on a show for people. I mean, that's what
Yeah.
people are paying for, right? To be entertained, and this
Bro, I
guy's
know-
entertaining the shit out of them.
I'm pretty sure Travis lost a lot of money for his tour.
Hell
his-
no. Oh, never mind. Maybe.
Because-
I think you
no,
meant
because
Astro
all
World.
For the tours, yeah,
No,
probably.
not for Astro World, but like the shit that like for the tour, yeah, because he
Yeah.
had to bring that fucking
roller coaster, multiple roller coasters.
Oh, that's
So-
right. He had it like on the ceiling. It was like
Yeah.
attached to the ceiling. Or
So he has to
whatever.
pay for that to get set up, to get it taken from place to place, and just a bunch of other shit he had.
I mean, he's
So it's
definitely
like-
made money hand over fist. I mean, let's go over the collaborations Travis Scott has had in the last 2 years. So he's
like corporations.
Reese's Puffs.
yeah, his
bro.
collaborations with
Nike.
corporations. He's Nike, Reese's
Reese's
Puff,
Puffs.
Fortnite. He probably made some bank off
McDonald's,
of that Fortnite one.
Fortnite.
Fortnite,
Yeah, McDonald's.
Nike, Jordan Brand. I mean,
else?
that's he's
Sony.
he has one. So,
He just did a
the
PS5.
dude.
His
he,
PS5 coming out?
He is penetrating
He did
every
a-
aspect of popular culture.
He did like a
Smart
PS5
guy, man.
like crossover launch.
Yeah, he did.
thing.
He did a crossover with the
Yeah.
PS5.
He's a smart fucking guy. Yeah, that guy's making a lot. And he's only been in the game for a few years.
I know, man.
Yeah.
You really think about it compared to other like really popular artists.
really like 4 or 5 when he's been like super big.
Yeah.
I'm surprised Kanye didn't do anything like that. I feel like Kanye
Kanye-
could have came
he
up with
I don't
something
think they
interesting.
approached
Kanye
Kanye.
doesn't like that shit. He doesn't want to be like. He doesn't want to be part of corporations like that. He wants to
wanna know-
like. He wants to like what's it called, rule the corporation.
Yeah,
It's
that's
like,
true.
like at least that's what I got from an interview that he had with Joe Rogan. He was saying that he wants to buy. What did you hear that, Jordan? He said he wants to buy like a label, a record label. I think it was Universal or
Shit.
Whoa.
It was, yeah, he wants to buy a record label.
Holy
That's a fuck ton of bro.
Well, he is
Hell
stupid
nah.
ass rich.
He is dumb rich, but he ain't getting that.
I think he said the record label costs like 30 or 40 billion.
Yes.
He's
I
worth
thought
5
he was the
billion.
owner of Good Music. Am I tripping?
No, he's not. He has a. It's like a partnership.
Yeah.
Who's the other person?
Push runs it. Pusha T runs it.
I don't know.
Oh, so
I
he's
think
the
there's-
major.
I think there's like investors in it. Kanye is just probably like
Yeah.
one of the major
I-
investors.
He was
Oh,
the
okay.
president. He was the president of it, but
Yeah.
he didn't like. It's not his shit.
Okay, I thought it was his shit. Like
I don't know how to say it. It's like the music industry. It's like
Yeah,
Yeah, you
I get
have
what you
it,
mean. Yeah, they have different
but you
stakes
don't
in it.
really have it.
It's a company, but there's a lot of different stakeholders. in it.
Yeah,
So no
yeah,
one really
yeah.
has.
It's
I
like
mean,
you
I
own
guess
a
someone
McDonald's.
has the
you
major.
own one McDonald's out of all the McDonald's.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
basically all it is.
Yeah.
You guys want to know something interesting? You know McDonald's makes more money off of the real estate that they own rather than the fucking hamburger.
I think you told me this. That's
I think
interesting.
I think they actually lose money on some of their burgers that they make
They have
because they're
to.
so cheap.
They're
so
so stupid
the
cheap,
way
yeah.
they make more money on the real estate is the franchising, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the people who are like trying to get the McDonald's franchises, they have to rent out the place, right? The building.
Mm-hmm.
And who are they renting it from? They're renting it from McDonald's. So the way McDonald's did this was they bought all the locations themselves and they just rent them out to the franchisees, and then they fucking charge them the franchise fee and they charge them a mortgage and everything else, right? And they get a percentage of the sales back.
Yeah.
So McDonald's is making money hand over fist
Without
just
even selling a burger.
Exactly. So at this point for them, like the burger is important, but their brand and like the real estate is completely like, on another level.
That's
Yeah.
crazy. I thought franchisees own that McDonald's. Like I didn't know that they still pay rent and
No.
things. I thought they bought that building and they're just kind of like, I guess, giving McDonald's a percentage of everything just because they're
Well,
using their name and like
They don't
their
buy
stuff.
the building, but they give them percentages.
So they're
of
paying
all that
rent.
shit.
Yeah, they're basically
Yeah.
paying rent.
I wonder how much money you actually make from that then. Probably not
No,
as much as you normally would.
You probably make a good amount still, but like
But McDonald's making
It's making more.
consistent money. Yeah.
I mean, think about how consistent McDonald's is. You'll never have to worry about customers. Like any mom and pop restaurant that starts down the street, how the fuck are they going to get customers in the door? It's all word of
Exactly.
mouth. You have to
Yeah.
market the shit out of it. You don't have to market a McDonald's. It's a fucking McDonald's. Like everybody's gonna compared to every other fast food restaurant, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whenever you're driving on the road, you can see the golden arches from
a mile away.
Miles
Yeah.
away.
Those
'cause
shits are
they're
super
high
tall.
up- yeah, they're high up in the air. They catch kids' attention.
Bro, I'm gonna
Mom,
tell y'all
I
a
wanna go to
funny.
McDonald's.
I'm gonna
That's
tell
the
y'all a
big-
funny story. Like when I was a kid, like I used to say that to my mom. I was like, I see the golden arches.
I see the golden arches.
I was like,
Dude,
let's fucking.
I
go.
need a Neo
They
pet
do
now.
it
Take
on
me over
purpose,
there.
and they align
have to.
themselves with people that are in the popular culture. Travis Scott, Michael Jordan. I mean, who else? They've had collaborations.
Bad Bunny.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
They sold-
J
oh, they
Balvin.
did.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they did one with J
Balvin or Bad Bunny.
It was J Balvin.
J
It was J
Balvin.
Balvin. But they might have did something with Bad Bunny. I don't know. They do a lot of things with like shows and movies, things like that. Every fucking new movie that comes out, like a kids movie, they always have like toys, or they
That's
used
true.
to back in the day. You know what I mean?
Isn't it funny how popular culture sells like that? Like that reminds me of a story I heard about Star Wars, right? So the first Star Wars, originally there was only supposed to ever be one Star Wars movie. That was the plan. And when George Lucas was making it, no one believed in him. They thought it was going to be some stupid like B movie. Like B movies are considered like shit movies. Like no one
Shit got passed up by like hella different companies.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a
In the
massive
70s,
franchise.
people wanted to make movies like Taxi Driver, fucking Mean Streets. People wanted to make movies that are like The Godfather, like movies that stand out, movies that are like super serious and have
Yeah.
like a realistic, gritty theme. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So this guy comes along with this wacky idea of like, you know, like different universes and making things in space, and people don't take him seriously at the studio. But he's friends with powerful people. He's friends with Steven Spielberg. He's friends with the director of The Godfather. So they're like, all right, we're gonna help you out. They help him like get to the right people, and then eventually, like, they're like, all right, we'll let you make this movie, whatever. So they greenlight the movie, and then he asked them what do you guys, what can we do with the merchandising rights? And they're like, this movie's gonna fucking fail. We don't give a shit. You can
Fucking
like,
keep them.
yeah, they let him keep the merchandising rights. George Lucas, they let him keep 100% of the merchandising rights, right? Star Wars comes out. It is the most popular movie probably ever made.
Ever.
Like people are waiting
Yeah.
in the 70s. People are waiting around the block, like all the time, to watch this movie, and people watch it over and over and over, and they remember the lines and everything, right? And this guy makes a killing off of the merchandising because they let him have all of it because they didn't think it was gonna succeed,
How amazing is that, bro?
right?
How amazing is that when stuff like that happens? Like that just goes to show, bro. You got to keep with your ideas, and you got to.
Oh, yeah, most
just because
definitely.
other people are telling you no, or like it's a new innovative idea, there's no reason that it shouldn't be the idea. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Stories like that are always super interesting.
So you hear that, guys? Go out there and shove your idea down people's throats.
Just shove your idea. If you know it's a good idea and you really have faith in it, shove that shit.
You better
down someone's
fucking believe
throat.
in it.
Yeah, and then
No,
they'll
absolutely.
know. And now Lucasfilms are ridiculous.
Oh yeah, and he sold it to Disney
sold
in,
that
in like
bitch for a couple
2013,
bill.
couple bill. I mean, the guy is
Oh my
sitting
God.
right.
Sitting just fine.
And
Yeah,
he put.
Disney's
I don't even
killing
think
it.
he put that much money into it, like on his own. Like
It
to
was
start
mostly, like,
up.
investments
it
from
was
the-
mostly the studios and then
Yeah,
like,
I think the first one was where he actually even put in most of the effort. The other ones,
Yeah.
I don't think he even directed the other ones. I think he directed just
he
the
directed
first
the
one.
last one.
Were they expensive to make?
I think.
At the time,
I think.
yeah.
At the time they were.
The first one, yeah, they were.
They had to be.
Because it was mostly
were.
set like indoors, no? Like in different.
No, they had a lot of stuff outdoors, like on Tatooine, the
They did.
beginning, and I mean, the setting was all over the place. That's what
And
made it
I'm about to
expensive.
say, and they had to build sets.
Yeah, and
like,
it was
they
a
had
huge cast.
Yeah,
That's true.
they had Harrison Ford.
That's
Yeah.
true. That's true.
Was
And
he
fucking-
big back then?
Yeah, he was pretty big. I think he was pretty big.
Early 70s.
Because he did fucking American Graffiti, and he was still pretty big at that time.
Oh,
Carrie
yeah,
Fisher, I think,
yeah.
was just
Carrie
an amateur
Fisher-
at that
Carrie
point.
Fisher
Carrie
was real
Fisher
young.
was fucking. She's somebody's famous daughter.
Oh, she was a child star?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
was
Jenna
child
Fisher
star.
or
She was
something?
she was somebody's famous daughter.
No,
She was
Jenna,
somebody's famous
Jenna
daughter.
Fisher, I think, is a Pam.
She's the fucking chick from the office. She's the fucking
is Pam.
Yeah,
she's
never
the
mind.
basic looking chick from the office.
Yeah, she's got no Pam Beasley.
I like Pam.
She's hotter than
as
people
fuck,
give her
bro.
credit
I
for.
think
I'm all
Pam's
about
hot.
what's the other chick? Rashida Jones' character.
Oh
Ann-
yeah,
not
dude,
Ann
Karen.
Karen.
Yeah,
Rashida
she is
Jones
fine.
is the shit.
Rashida Jones is fine.
Yeah, Jim
in
pulled the
every
hot
show.
ones in there.
Wife.
Jim did pull the hot ones. He pulled old girl in the first season.
Who?
Uh,
He pulled someone in the first season? I don't
fuck,
remember
the
that.
little redhead. She's like has red hair.
Oh, Amy Adams.
Amy Adams.
Oh yeah,
Amy Adams was in the first season.
she was in the first season.
Either
Of
the
The
first or
Office?
second season.
Yeah, one of those
You guys
seasons.
sure
It was
about that?
it was one of the really early
We
ones.
need a fact checker. I'm not
I
sure
swear to
about
God.
that.
She
And
was-
they had the episode where they had the fire.
Yeah.
And then they were outside and they were playing the game and she was like, "Yeah, I like Legally Blonde and like all that shit." And they were like, "Oh, this bitch is
Oh,
dumb."
I
Yeah,
think
she
I
and
remember
she's
that.
fine.
And then Jim just left her.
And then he got Emily Blunt in A Quiet Place. I mean, the guy's
He's married
Oh,
to
yeah.
her in real life.
He's married to her.
Is
in real
he?
life. Yes, sir.
wow,
Isn't that crazy?
that is pretty crazy.
What a
Celebrities
guy.
marrying celebrities.
Right?
What an
I mean,
interesting
who else
life
can-
they
who else
live.
can you fucking marry? How can you marry
Yeah,
a normal
he's-
person? They will never understand.
There's some celebrity
That's
that
true. They'll
marries
never,
some,
ever
some
understand.
regular ass bartender
There,
chick.
there are some. Hey,
I'm
hey,
sure.
Hey, if they're happy, more power to them. But
Yeah.
like I completely understand why celebrities fuck with other celebrities. I mean, they're constantly going to be thinking like, if they marry someone regular, if they approach someone regular, this person is going to be like, they might want me for who I am. They
Yeah.
might want me for my money. Like I can't trust them. But if someone has money and you have fame and they have fame, like how are you going to fuck each other over? Like you're both like, you know what I mean? Like, there's no one. It's all for love.
Yeah,
I-
people
I'm
are always
excited.
watching. Yeah, it's the paparazzi does it for you. Does
That's
the
why-
security for you.
That's why rappers fuck the same 5 girls.
Really?
they're
Because they know
safe.
they can keep like
They know
their
they can
mouth
keep
quiet.
doing it and they
yeah.
can keep their mouth quiet.
Really,
That's
I would
true.
think rappers just fuck a ton of girls.
They do, but they stick with the main 5. It's like the big 5.
Wow.
The big five.
The big five.
The stripper
So
five.
do we know the big five or?
You know the.
I would imagine. Yeah.
If you saw the,
There
big
used to be that
5
cat girl. You remember? Cat
Oh
Stacks.
my God, cat.
Everyone used to
Stacks.
bang cat stacks. It was this just real. I don't know. She was fine, but she was a little raggedy.
Fucking
She was a little.
She was a little raggedy.
You know who's another one? Amber Rose.
Amber Rose.
Amber Rose,
But Amber Rose is
yeah.
a classy one. She's very
When she,
attractive.
when she first came out,
Yeah.
that was very nice.
She was dating the top man. She was dating Kanye.
She dating top guy,
Yeah.
top boy.
Who else? She dated other people before him, right?
Wiz, fucking
Wiz,
NBA
Uzi.
players.
She had a baby with those.
Uzi.
NBA players.
You know
yeah.
she tatted her kids' names on her forehead?
No way.
But she didn't.
Yeah, ruined her pretty face.
On her forehead.
On her forehead.
I gotta see that.
and from
Why
what
do
I can
people
remember,
get face
they're pretty
tattoos?
large.
Why the fuck do people get face tattoos?
I don't
I
know.
think it's in an effort to stay relevant. Like it. I think there's only 2 extremes of face tattoos. One, you're a gangster, or 2, you want to stay relevant. You're famous and you're fading away, and you want to stay relevant.
Yeah.
There's
Or you want to
only
break
2
into a scene and
Yeah.
you want to stand out, you know?
Exactly.
I'm about to say, or some people just know they're not gonna get a normal job ever, so they're just like, fuck it.
Maybe.
I'll just get that. Because some people come into it with the face tattoos.
On your damn face though? Yeah, looking like it was done like by your friend who did like 3 tattoos before
scratchy.
that. Bro, like Lil Pump. That
Is it
piece of
chicken
shit
scratch?
over here endorsing Trump like an asshole.
Oh,
Trying to stay relevant. Did you know that?
That was
Yeah, I think I'd heard about that.
He went to a rally
was
and
at the
like
rally.
he brought him on stage.
Trump called him Lil Pimp.
Yeah, he called him Lil Pimp.
Lil Pimp.
And he had him up there like a fucking
Like a
dancing and
mascot.
shit. Yeah, like a mascot. And Pump
sad, bro.
he was just happy to be there, I guess. he was just smiling like go mag and blah blah blah, however he talks.
I was talking to my friends about that, like when like rappers go to like when they blow up and they get super famous and then they go to LA, it's like every rapper goes through that same cycle where they just get rinsed out, and it's sad as fuck. Like every 2 years,
It is sad.
I think also the people they have around them affects it a lot. Like if they,
it's always the same people they have around them,
Yeah.
and it's crazy. And it's like nobody knows they're going to fade away. Well, everybody knows they're going to fade away except for them.
and they got to be deteriorating, dude,
I
because
feel
they're
like-
doing drugs. They're
Bro,
not really
and they're
putting
like
in
20.
that same
I feel
effort.
like it's very hard
They're
to stay
super
relevant.
young.
Like you have to do shit right if you want to stay relevant.
Yeah,
Like,
you got to keep
if you wanna
trying.
be a
You got to be
relevant-
lucky.
You gotta
Also
be
that.
lucky. You either gotta
And
be
talented.
lucky, polarizing, talented, like all of the above. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but people are so quick because things are moving so fast now. People are so quick to move on to the next thing.
Yeah,
Y'all remember that
it's even
6ix9ine
faster.
thing?
No,
How
so
big he
true.
was,
He
and
was
now nobody cares
huge.
about him.
That's so true. You know, there's a
Nobody cares
documentary
about
made about him on Hulu.
Yeah, I saw
Yeah,
it.
no one's even
didn't-
talking about
I didn't
it.
even bother fucking watching.
not
that
watching
shit.
it.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna waste my
And
life.
they put that shit on the front page.
But you would have
Exactly.
thought, yeah, and they
Waste of
want you to
space.
watch it, but no, I bet everyone's passing it up.
You know, we were talking about animals earlier. Do you guys think you could eat an intelligent animal? You know how like,
Like a dolphin.
yeah. For instance, like I watched this movie about like octopuses, right, or octopi,
I was gonna bring that up. My friend the octopus or something,
or
right?
the great octopus teacher, some shit like that. My
Yeah.
octopus teacher.
Yeah.
And it's about a guy, and he never really had like a good relationship with animals. He even says in the movie, he's like, he's never someone who was sensitive to animals. He grew up in South Africa, which is like a really masculine culture. Like they fucking hunt and shit. But he said like he started swimming every day for exercise in this one kelp forest, and he found an octopus there, and he became so attached to this octopus. And the whole movie shows you just how intelligent they are and how they remember you and how they adapt to their environment and how they survive with their body and everything like that. And it makes me think, man, I never want to fucking eat like octopus again or shit, like or calamari. You know what I mean? Like those are
Yeah.
intelligent animals. Like
Man,
how
that's
can
just
I
really
fucking
good
eat
though.
those?
It's really good.
I had calamari.
Yeah, even the
literally
head
Alright,
especially.
so what if you
hours ago.
So what
But-
if you found out that cows are really intelligent? Would you keep eating cows?
It's a hard one, man. It's a hard one because
I don't even know how to like.
in my opinion, I think we can eat all animals. We
That's
just
what I'm
need
about to say. I was like,
we
I
need
don't
to do
even
it in
know how to-
moderation though. There's no reason we need to be breeding them to be
Yeah,
eaten
that's
because that's
facts.
fucked. Let them breed on their own and have like a nice large area that they can all just breed and you can still make your money and you can sell it at a higher profit because it's better quality. You don't got to inject it with all that shit. Or if you do, make it less processed and like less disgusting. I'm sure there are
Yeah.
natural kind of pills and things like that, shots you can give them that won't make them taste like fucking McDonald's.
So how do you guys think humans would taste?
Humans? I bet
Yeah.
you anything
I feel like we would taste all right,
pretty good.
No, let me.
I
let me
feel like
Right?
it's terrible.
let me explain to you. Yeah, I agree.
feel like
let
it's
let me explain to you
terrible. Too muscly?
why I think it would be terrible.
Because of
Either muscle or fat.
All right.
nah.
So think about this. All the animals we eat, what are they? Mostly herbivores. Yeah.
True. That's very
Pretty much
true. Yeah.
90% herbivores, right? And what's the majority of our diet? Pretty much just protein, right? It's all like either red meat, like pigs, cows, or fucking chicken, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they all eat fucking like grass and fucking hay and shit like that, whatever. I don't even know if chickens eat hay or whatever they eat. You know what I mean? Chickens eat hay.
bird seed. I don't know what that is though.
Where the fuck-
Grains and shit.
Humans, we eat mostly meat, right? So imagine eating an animal that eats mostly meat. I bet you it would taste so bad because it's super like acidic and fucking like irony and like all the fucking blood.
Has anyone ever eaten a lion?
I'm sure.
I'm definitely sure people
I'm
have.
sure,
I mean,
yeah.
I've never heard good things
Lion
about
steaks.
yeah, so I'm saying every
can't talk about it.
every carnivore you'd eat would taste like shit because their body is just so
it. Listen to the
acidic and fucking like disgusting, and you know what I mean?
like a shark.
Yeah, like that's why people don't really eat shark. They eat the fin,
Yeah,
but they don't.
Yeah,
eat,
they don't want the meat.
yeah, the meat is way too full of mercury and it's too acidic because it's just so much. They're eating a bunch of other animals. They're not eating anything else. Like they're not eating any veggies or fruits or whatever. It's just all other animals that they're getting into them. All
That's a very good
blood and
point.
guts and shit like that.
Yeah.
And then you're ingesting that too. Like that cannot be good for your system at all.
That's true. Yeah, that is true.
I would
And
just
I
say-
feel like carnivores are also very muscly. Like sharks, I've heard are very, very muscly.
Yeah,
and they don't do it because the food goes or the meat goes bad really quickly. So like, there's just no point in doing it. But yeah, that's a great point. I can't think of not one carnivore that we eat.
I just feel like it would be trash because of all the shit we consume. And then it depends on
That
what
too.
human you get. Like, am I getting a good human or am I getting like a homeless human?
That too. I
So
remember hearing
they start farm raising humans.
Exactly.
And just-
like the
And they're
fucking
gonna taste
salmon.
like
yeah, like fucking salmon. Yeah, and they got them all in like a small room, and they're all just eating things that are gonna make them buff and big and fat.
That makes sense. I mean, I remember hearing something about. It used to be on this show on Spike TV called Mansers, and they did this thing where
Oh,
they,
that's a great
man.
show.
I know.
I miss Spike.
R.I.P. to Spike. They interviewed fucking I think like these people from Papua New Guinea, which is like there's tribes over there,
Yeah.
like a remote area, and they still eat people, right?
Mhm.
And they said that like eating their own kind, like eating each other, tastes horrible
Mm.
because they only eat meat. They only eat people. so they're gonna taste like shit because they only eat fucking carnivores. But they said whenever they've eaten like Japanese people, they said are the best tasting.
Where's
They
New
said-
Guinea? Is that even around Japan?
Yeah. I
Are
think
they
it's
getting
like,
them imported?
I'm about to say, are they getting
I think
Japanese
it's like
people
in
shipped
the
in?
eastern part of eastern part of the world, eastern hemisphere, like near Asia, Australia area.
Okay, so okay.
So
Yeah.
it's like a
Okay,
like
so
a
near the
ship
coast-ish.
of lost Japanese people like land
Right?
there.
They
It's
fucking
just
eat-
like, what
They're
the
like,
fuck?
yeah.
They somehow must have gotten a Japanese person eating them because they said Japanese people taste the best. They said Americans taste horrible.
Yeah,
Because
because
They
we
said
like
we're
shit.
they said we're way too salty. I think they said English people taste horrible too. They said they're too salty.
I know English people taste.
English
horrible.
people are gross.
They eat beans for breakfast.
The fact that
You
they
can't
have
trust
knowledge
them.
though on each of those, that just shows that they've eaten a lot of
Yeah, I'm
people.
about to say, yeah,
Oh,
they
yeah.
eat-
Too many people have stumbled in and accidentally got eaten.
before they eat them, they ask where they're from.
Where are you from?
Where are you from?
Yeah, just find their ID and just. Oh, looks like he was from fucking India. Yeah, I would imagine Japanese
Ooh, I
people
bet an
eat
Indian
well.
person be good.
Yeah, them
They
too.
they eat mostly veggies.
Mhm.
They
Yeah.
don't eat any meat. I mean, they eat chicken. They eat. I don't think they eat pig.
No one eats like us, man.
Oh,
no
yeah.
one eats the bullshit that we eat.
Or maybe like Mexican people.
Mexican people will probably be
but
too salty too.
They
Yeah.
they eat unhealthy things, but they're less processed. It's just unhealthy because it's like AB said, like salty.
I'm about to say,
Yeah,
yeah,
super
yeah.
salty.
That's all it is, though.
I can see why Japanese people are the best though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
a
why
lot of
I-
veggies.
I
It's a
think
lot of
Japanese
veggies.
people live the longest out of any developed country on average.
I would think so.
I
And
believe
then
it. I
their
think they
their
do.
children, they're also very all about like family and like taking care of the elderly and
Yeah.
shit like that. So they won't
That is
just
true.
put you in a home and
But it's such
Fucking
a,
leave you
yeah,
there.
let you poop on yourself till
it's
you're
such
done.
a different mindset though that they have in terms of like their fucking how they view their lives. You know what I mean? Like I heard over there, like a lot of the guys over there don't even want to have sex with like girls. Like they don't want to have like casual hookups. They don't want to date or anything like that.
I've heard
because
that too.
They're so focused on like building up their career and building honor for themselves that
Yeah.
they don't have they say that they don't have time to date or like pursue even just sex or love or shit like
That's
that.
crazy.
Yeah, they're having issues over there with children,
Yeah,
like reproduction.
absolutely.
They're not having like enough people coming into the new generations and taking over the jobs, like as the old people are
Do you guys-
quitting and retiring and
Do you
things.
guys think we'll ever see that here in the U.S.?
A kid shortage?
No, people
Yeah.
people love to have
No,
kids in America.
Birth rate
Yeah.
has been going down in America.
Has it?
Shit, after
Yeah.
these 9 months,
Dude,
That
it's
probably
probably
has to do with the
going-
economy
It's
and
probably
stuff
going
like
up
that,
after
though.
lockdown. for
them
sure.
bitches gonna
Oh,
go
yeah.
up.
Divorce is going up.
Where-
Everything's
yeah,
going
divorces
up.
too.
We're about a couple months away from like the actual effect of it
Oh
really
yeah.
starting.
Really?
Apparently, there's a vaccine coming out for this coronavirus, guys.
Yeah, but we won't see it for a little while.
Yeah, but I
It'll
mean,
be a
it's
couple months.
yeah. The people who need it are gonna see it though, like the
Yeah.
healthcare providers and the
Yeah.
elderly and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And I was reading about it today, apparently, and we'll see if it gets approved by the FDA or whatever. But they said this vaccine, it's 2 shots. So 1 shot, you get it, and then you wait like 3 to 6 weeks or something like that. Apparently, right after you take it, it like gets in your system, and you get like a really bad headache, and you kind of feel like shit for like a day, and then you feel better.
Mm.
And then you go back and you get it again, and then you feel pretty fine. You get like a little like headache, and then after that you're good.
Wow. And it's
For life, or is
95%
it, like-
effective. So
I'm not sure if it's for life. I think they're gonna have to do like the flu vaccine. They have to change it every year.
Yeah.
I think it's going to have to be like that.
Man.
But I'm not. They haven't 100% said. That's just for this strain that they made it. So I'm not sure if the strain mutates. They're gonna have to because
Change
the flu
it up.
the flu mutates every year.
Yeah.
But apparently they made this vaccine not like the flu vaccine and measles vaccine. What they do with that is they get an actual weakened form of the virus and they put it in the vaccine, and that's what you put into you. So it builds up the antibodies.
Yeah.
With this, apparently, they're taking like the proteins around the actual virus, not the virus itself. They're taking the proteins around the virus, these little spiked proteins. They're taking them and they're wrapping them in like these fatty cells, and they're injecting the cells into you. So then after that, it basically does the same thing that the other one would do.
See, I think the thing about
how would that work?
I only see the
I'm not a
output
scientist,
going
huh?
away is like I don't think it'll be in the vaccine. I think it'll be in treatment. Because I don't
I
think
think-
America's
I think-
going to be a vaccine friendly place.
People are already talking about microchips and this and that.
That is
Exactly.
true.
Fucking
How do you
let 'em
how do you get
microchip
people?
me.
How do you get people to do things
You're
that
not, bro.
that they're not sure of?
There are
or
little
that they
white
don't
girls
wanna
on
do?
TikTok saying that they're going to go to hell if they take the vaccine.
It's
not
My mom
gonna
said
happen.
I'm gonna go to hell.
That's
No, I
funny.
think people will do it eventually just due to the fact that like what's going on. Like it'll probably be a mandatory thing. Like listen, you have to or you got to keep fucking quarantining.
It's not, bro. Because that should happen with when we were in high school. Like we had to
With-
take the flu shots and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
Shit, I know people that were not taking the flu shot.
But that's different, you know. Like,
But you-
the
you
flu has
had to
never had
do
an
it.
effect like this on the world. You know what I mean? Like,
I know, but I'm saying like that was for us to go to school. Like for me to go to college, I had to get a flu shot every year, a meningitis before I went out there. Like I had to get a bunch of shit before I
Yeah.
even left.
so did I. I remember flu for sure, and I think meningitis too.
But that is true. You are right. You're saying like after that age, like now we have to trust 50-year-olds.
It's just the severity of this specific virus. You know what I mean? Like I feel like people are just dying to get out of their house and they're like, "Fuck it, you got a vaccine? I'll take it." I'll
I think
do
some
it.
people are like,
I
that.
mean,
You know what I mean? Like I'll try to turn away from all the other vaccines, but this one I'll just do it because I'm gonna get out of the house
Do
already.
you guys think there's any possibility that there might be something sketchy in these vaccines that we're all taking each year, and this new one?
I feel
mean,
like everyone's scrambling already.
I'm about to
Anyways,
say,
Yeah.
nanobots that they're injecting into
I
our
don't
butts.
see for the
I mean,
conspiracy.
you never know.
I
The
wish,
conspiracy
man.
thing, I don't
That'd
see
be cool.
like the benefit of this. Like I don't see the benefit of like this whole disease like benefiting anything in the world. It's done nothing but bad shit.
Yeah.
It shut down the world for a long ass time. Niggas is sad. Niggas is depressed.
That's why I don't get when people say it's a hoax. The virus was a hoax.
Yeah,
How's
who's
it a
winning
hoax?
here?
I'm
Well,
about
I
to say,
mean,
who is? Well, there's
maybe giant companies
it's
and
very
countries.
specific rich
very
people are winning.
It's a very, very small amount of rich people.
Yeah,
You know
people
what I mean?
people are probably
Very,
getting away
very
with
small.
things, you know, because things are going under the radar with so much media dedicated straight to the pandemic. You know what I mean?
But people
Yeah.
definitely want to turn this around. I think across all spectrums, whether you're rich or poor, they definitely don't want this to be the norm.
yeah,
because
I don't think
then-
anyone thought it would be like this.
Everybody's gonna lose money.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
That's basically what's gonna happen.
anybody. Think about any retail business has just been getting fucked over the whole year of 2020. Like
People
man,
could say
Yeah.
people could say Amazon is doing well, but if you don't have any money to buy shit, everything's gonna fail.
Yeah,
Banks
yeah.
are gonna fail. When banks go, it's over.
there's
I
a
mean,
few that'll do
it's
fine. I
wraps.
think like Amazon. I think will never do bad because you're buying it from home.
Oh yeah,
and all that.
Amazon's going.
They
to
won't
be
do.
around
I'm not saying
for the
bad, but
rest of the
it'll
time.
go down.
Yeah.
It'll decrease.
Yeah. They wouldn't want that. Yeah,
Yeah, they wouldn't want that.
I mean,
So it's
Amazon's
like-
going to be around for the rest of the time, bro. They're not going
Facts.
anywhere.
they're not going anywhere. Yeah, Amazon's gonna be the first company our children's know and shit like that.
Yeah, same thing with like Apple. You know what I
Mhm.
mean?
What
Like,
was the first time y'all heard of Amazon?
I must have
Oh.
been single digits. I must have been on the internet.
Damn, single digits.
You say, ow, bit my tongue. I must have been. That kind of hurt, guys.
Tasting the blood.
Tasting the
little
blood.
blood.
Tasting delicious blood. Delicious-
You know what?
delicious
Humans do
iron.
taste pretty good. Saute that a little bit, put a little pepper, a little.
So, yeah, I was single digits. I must have been like 6 or 7, and I was looking for a book.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, yeah.
So
yeah.
like Amazon was one of the first places that I saw that had like books for sale like that.
Mhm.
It was pretty easy to buy them. Besides like Barnes and Nobles, we had to go into the store Barnes and Nobles.
yeah,
Good
yeah.
memory
Amazon,
on
you
you,
could buy it online. And even then, I was vaguely unfamiliar with how it worked and shit like that.
Amazon was more steered towards books in the beginning, right? Because
Yeah,
I remember
they
they had
were
like
started
a
as a
Kindle
book
type of
company.
straight
thing.
books.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I do remember that.
That's crazy to think of Barnes and Nobles and Amazon as competition.
Dude,
then
Amazon,
look at 'em
Amazon
now.
has
And now Barnes and Nobles is
killed them.
lucky
It's
to be
just
alive.
Like, it's just like Netflix and Blockbuster. Like,
Facts.
Killed them.
it just whenever the new thing comes around,
It leaves nothing in the past.
exactly. If the thing in the past can't adapt, they are dead, bro.
Yeah.
There's no way they will survive.
That's
they're,
really
they're
what it is.
dead. They're probably dead now.
Oh, yeah.
like they're probably for real.
I think they
dead.
closed the last Blockbuster this year.
They did, yeah.
It was in Alaska.
It was an Airbnb.
No, I'm saying Barnes and Nobles.
Oh, Barnes.
they're
Barnes
probably-
Nobles has got to be
I
suffering,
think there's
dude.
still a few stores.
I
around
think
the
there's
US.
one by my house.
Yeah,
there's a
I mean,
few-
we have like two
But they're
by us.
getting there.
Yeah.
There's one right
slowly
here
getting-
on Westheimer, and there's another one on Highway 6.
Especially
so,
because
yeah.
the fact that like, whenever I would go there, I would just go there and sit there and read the books and not even
Yeah.
buy them.
Yeah, no one's buying 'em.
Because anybody can hang out there for as long as they want. It's like a library.
That is true.
And
Except
they
you
used
don't
to
get to
have
take it
that,
home unless you buy it.
and then you return that bitch if
But I
you
mean-
want,
but I
maybe.
mean, yeah, exactly. Who
and
wants
they have
to
the
do
little
that?
Starbucks next door. So
Exactly.
they just want you to sit in there.
They just want
People
you to
would
sit in there.
all day, and they would have
And read your
couches.
fucking books.
People would just sit there. I'd be sitting on the floor just reading books all day, and then come back and like remember where I left off and read the book. You know what I mean? Like instead of going to the library.
I mean, yeah.
Books from the library are always damaged, bro. They always smell like fucking pee, or they have water damage or some shit. Or
Yeah, they don't clean those either. You
Yeah.
can't clean a book, you know?
That's true.
But the library is a fun time, too. Especially because it's so
It
mixed
is,
up in
it
a way,
is.
you know? Like, it's a
People-
good time to look through things.
people be watching porn on the public computers and shit.
I'm about to say,
Oh, yeah, I bet.
Homeless
I-
people.
I was probably in the library less than 5 times,
Really?
like throughout school.
I used to go all the time
Like to actually get a book.
to actually get a book. I used to read
Never.
a lot of Goosebumps and, like, I started reading Cirque du Freak and Demonata and stuff.
Mm.
I could.
Yeah,
good,
those are good series of books.
yeah,
I
good
didn't do
series.
shit.
They ruined that movie. They
I
put
wouldn't-
John C.
yeah,
Riley as the
the movie
main
was a
fucking
horrible idea.
vampire and ruined
So,
it.
for anybody who doesn't know, Cirque du Freak was a wonderful series of books about a young kid who goes to see a magic show, and he sees this magician doing crazy shit. So I think he goes backstage to talk to the magician and other people who are involved in the magic show, and he sees them doing like some vampire shit, and he's like, "What the fuck? Are these people human?" Right? I think that's how it happens. I haven't read the book since I was like 5th grade.
Yeah, I don't remember either, but you're pretty close.
I'm pretty sure it was like that. And then he basically follows these people and he sees them be like doing vampire shit. And it turns out that this group of travelers, like some of them are vampires and other parts of them like can do magic and shit. So he wants to like go with this band of people and live with them, and they like fucking take him in as their own. And then the fucking guy like bites him and turns him into a vampire, and then he like has to learn how to become a vampire with this guy.
Really good. And then his friend, who like his best friend, I think figures it out too. But the kid gets turned into a vampire. He doesn't. I think he figures out that the friend's a vampire.
Yeah,
and he
gets
wants
real
to be
salty.
Yeah, so that
He starts,
becomes like his enemy.
Dude, I want to read that again.
It
Don't
was
spoil
a good,
it.
yeah.
Don't spoil it. For
I
me.
won't say too much, but it was a great book, and they get
Yeah.
really deep into it, and like the old
It's very
vampires and like
philosophical too
very philosophical. Yeah.
for a kid like to read. You know what I mean?
What show was what show? What channel was it on?
It was-
Was it a movie?
No, it was a book. It was a
It
book.
was a book series, and they
Yeah,
made it
it
into
was like 12
one
books.
movie with John C. Reilly, and the movie sucked from what
Yeah, it was
I saw,
only
like,
the
a little
first
bit.
book.
I saw like a little bit of it. I didn't see anything.
I mean, for God's sakes, it's John C. Reilly.
Just like fucking dude, you know what? Like the fucking dumb Dragon Ball Z movie. That is the worst.
Bro.
That was-
And they
that
had a
was a studio
fucking white
thing.
guy playing Goku. What the
That was a
Oh
studio
my
thing.
God.
They thought Americans couldn't comprehend a Japanese man as a
They still
superhero.
think that, bro. They still think that. Mulan and
Fucking
shit.
retarded.
Lion King.
Fucking stupid.
What the fuck do we need CGI lions acting out Lion King for? It's
Dude,
fine animated.
This shit is
Speaking
dumb.
of that, this pisses me off too. I saw a trailer for a Tom and Jerry movie,
Oh,
that shit looks
fuck.
fucking
and it has
weird.
Tom and Jerry animated, but they're in a real life world,
Yeah.
which looks so fucking stupid because you have animated characters running around real life New York. It looks ridiculous.
They look animated like they were in the show.
yeah, they look
Yeah.
animated like they were in the show, but the
It's
world
a little glossy though. The
Oh.
way they look is weird to me.
yeah,
I don't know how I
and
feel
the
about
world
that.
around them is like real. It looks so stupid. Like why
And
didn't
they
they
have
just,
real humans.
Some Who
Yeah,
Framed
like-
Roger Rabbit shit.
Yeah, why didn't they just animate the fucking world? Like why? Maybe it's too expensive. I don't know. But
No,
with
because
fucking
they
technology.
They said,
nowadays-
"Hey, let's be like fucking Roger Rabbit or fucking Sonic," and they're like, "Oh,
Yeah.
let's do it like that." But
yeah, they
then
probably thought it'd be entertaining.
it's stupid.
I
Why
just
even
don't
make a Tom and
understand.
Jerry movie?
Yeah,
What's
some
the
things
point?
can be
What?
left
Cash
animated
grab.
and it's fine,
Cash
bro.
grab.
No one wants to do cartoons anymore. It's either
Absolutely.
animated like Pixar and DreamWorks and stuff like that, or it's live action. There's no like cartoons.
Exactly. No
anymore.
one wants to do cartoons, and no one like. There's a very small amount of people who want to make original movies. Like all the movies
Very
now,
sure.
it's recycled, like sequel, prequel, whatever.
But it's
For
also
sure.
who wants to see an original movie.
that's true too.
Nobody,
There-
not
there's
a lot of people want to take a
there-
risk.
Yeah, there's a bigger
it's
risk.
very risky to make an original movie. Like you're
don't be a
spending
piece
a
of
lot of
shit.
money. You're not sure who's gonna watch it, but I mean that's why things like Netflix are good because they can take risks to.
Yeah,
Because I mean Netflix is in hella debt, but I mean people are just gonna keep fucking buying Netflix.
I was watching
so-
this
Yeah.
this YouTube show, and this guy was like, he was talking about Once Upon a Time in Hollywood,
Yeah,
and who the fuck directed Tarantino.
Tarantino.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And he was like, he was in the theater. He was like getting emotional because he's like, man, this might be like the last like original idea from a great director that I see in the theater. And he was like,
Oh,
Yeah.
because he's thinking theaters are going to close down.
no, this is before like everything happened, but like
that movie came out in
Oh.
2019.
there's not a lot of
Oh,
big
you're right,
name
yeah.
directors like that anymore.
I watched it in theaters.
It's like
Yeah,
him,
that's true.
Nolan. Those are the only two that's really working.
Those are the only ones that stand out to me. Yeah,
Nolan,
him and Nolan.
Paul Thomas Anderson's a good director.
But
Who
when's the
else?
last time
What
he
has
put
he
out a
done?
movie?
Oh, he hasn't done a movie in a while. He did a really really small movie with Daniel Day-Lewis a few years ago that was really good. He played like a dressmaker. It sounds weird, but he played a dressmaker, and like the whole movie is this chick trying to like gain his affection, and then eventually like he's like, all right, you can live with me. So like she
It's
so, like,
old timey, huh?
yeah, so she lives with him in the movie, right? He plays like this douchey dressmaker who's like super like he's like a prodigy. Like his mom taught him how to make dresses when he was 4, right? And he's like a fucking genius at making dresses. He knows how to like fucking craft the arms all perfectly and
Yeah.
make the woman look super sexy. And this woman like she moves in with him and she starts taking care of him, and then like she starts to hate him because he's so like rude to her. So because she like models for him and he starts to be like he's just super blunt. You know what I mean? Like I feel like all guys like who are in like fashion, like designers like that, they're fucking blunt. You know what I mean? They're gonna be like, you look like you're getting fat. What are you doing? Put that shit on. You're doing it wrong. You know what I mean? Like they're
Yeah.
pretty straight up guys.
What are you eating?
What are you eating? Why are you
Why
getting
are you
Why are
eating?
you eating that?
Yeah, like they're pretty fucking blunt guys. So at one point in the movie, she's like, I'm tired of this shit. So she fucking like finds these poison mushrooms in the forest or some shit, and she fucking cooks them for him, and she fucking feeds him the poison mushrooms. And he's like, he gets super sick. She's not sure if he's gonna die.
Yeah.
She's like, maybe he won't, maybe he won't. He gets super sick. So like she gets to take care of him and nurse him back to health. So he like becomes dependent on her, right?
Oh my
So then after
God.
that, he's like becomes so in love with her because he's like, she saved my life, blah blah blah. And then he basically finds out that she fed him the mushrooms, and he's like, he doesn't give a fuck. He's so in love with her, he eats the mushrooms willingly.
fucking
Oh, to keep her around.
Exactly. I
Jesus
thought that
Christ.
was so stupid. Like he's like he figures out that he knows the mushrooms are poison at the end,
And he keeps eating them.
He's basically like, I don't care, and he just fucking keeps eating them. I think she eats some too, and they fucking get sick.
Oh
together.
my god! For what reason? At that?
That was, and I was like, what? Like none of his other movies are like that. Like
Stop eating and we can move on from here. We don't have to keep eating them.
Yeah.
Wait, now we can get sick together.
Yeah,
And
that's some
that was
misery
so
shit.
romantic.
Some Stephen
and that
King
was
misery shit.
That was Daniel Day-Lewis's last performance in a movie,
Oh, that's sad.
right? Maybe he'll come back and make another one.
He needs
but
to.
That was his last performance ever in a movie, and I was like, what? Like this is how he's gonna go out? Like playing a dressmaker? Like fucking
I'm sure
Being
he'll
a
come
little
back.
simp.
Who's Daniel Day-Lewis?
He said he's done.
Who's Daniel Day-Lewis?
Bro, he's the
Fucking
greatest.
Abraham Lincoln.
He's the greatest
Lincoln?
actor to ever be on screen.
What's another major role?
The
he's
greatest
in?
actor.
Whoa! The
he's
greatest actor.
the
you
greatest
think?
actor to ever be on
Why do
screen.
you say that?
He transforms into his character 100%. I mean, he was in There Will Be Blood. He was in Gangs of New York. He was in a movie called My Left Foot. He was in
My left foot.
he won the Oscar for that movie. He played a guy with I think it was cerebral palsy or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's tough.
And dude, he learned how to basically he lived in a wheelchair for the whole time that he was playing that character.
Like off camera and shit like
Yeah,
that.
he lived his life in a wheelchair which is a huge commitment. People think sounds kind of campy, but it just shows you how much he was committed to the role.
Yeah,
and he
yeah.
played Abraham Lincoln. When he played Abraham Lincoln, he did so much fucking research for that role. Like he did it to the point where even off camera, like people would address him as like Mr. President. He would he'd talk to them in old timey fucking voice and shit.
Dude, I don't know who this guy is. I'm looking at pictures of him right now. I don't know who he
He's
is.
the guy.
He's a
the
legend.
guy.
Yeah,
I
he's
never
the
even
guy.
saw Lincoln, but I know it was like critically acclaimed and people liked it.
I'll recommend you some movies when we get off pod. I'll show you. I'll show you some movies to watch.
I
The first three
always,
you mentioned, I remember those.
I always love when the actors do the method acting shit.
Dude,
Yeah,
Robert De
like-
Niro, they get in it, son. Like they want to be that person. Like they inhabit them completely. I feel like that has to fuck with their psychology because you're living like this person, you're thinking like this person, this character.
Like you believe you're
Yeah.
them.
yeah, like if you
Even
guys
though
ever
that's normal
Heath
acting
is a major
anyways.
example.
exactly. You guys ever seen Taxi Driver?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah,
Like,
he
dude,
was fucked up from
He
that.
got
He
real
is-
into like a
he-
chaotic mindset.
He probably got so fucked up from that movie. Like he's just such a fucking paranoid and crazy conspiracy theory type person in that movie.
Yeah.
Like mistrusting of everybody, like hypersexualized, hyper violence. You know what I mean? All that kind of shit. And then how do you go from that movie to just back to real life? Like having that level of shit in your head to just back to real life.
It's like Meet the Fockers.
Yeah, right.
Meet the Fockers.
Goddamn De Niro. I heard supposedly that Robert De Niro was either engaged, married, or dating this chick, and he was supposedly got in an argument with her because she was spending a lot of his money, and that's why he had to make shitty movies.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah, that's what I heard,
Damn.
but I'm not sure if that's true.
Wow,
That's
that's how
tough.
much of a star you are. All right, fuck, I gotta make like
I guess
like
I
4
don't
years
make
of
goddamn
shitty movies.
movies.
And actually, Meet the Fockers isn't a bad movie,
It's not, and Robert De Niro's good in it.
but they probably thought it was gonna be shitty.
he's fucking Robert De Niro, bro.
Yeah, and they made like 3 of
It
them.
made hella money though.
It did.
Hell
It
yeah.
made stupid
Good old
money.
Benny Still.
But I heard he wanted to
Benny
stop.
Steele?
He wanted to stop playing as serious characters, so that's why he started to do more less serious roles and shit.
Yeah, I feel like it's got to get old, right? Being the gangster and the violent one every
it has to
time,
over
just
time.
Especially because that era ran out.
Yeah.
That era, it got dated kind of fast.
which sucks. Man.
Like you look at Joe Pesci now, you're just like, why are you not wearing a hat?
Why you wearing that?
You're getting beat up by fucking Macaulay Culkin and shit. What are you doing?
Yeah, man. I don't know,
Yeah, man.
That's wild.
but yeah, like the Heath Ledger thing, the method actor thing, it's either hit or miss. Like people like Jared Leto with that whole thing he did with Suicide Squad, sending
Say,
Will
now that we're on the
Smith
top of the
heads and
top of
weird
the joke,
stuff.
bro.
He's good, but he's not exactly the top of my list as the best actors.
No,
I
for
think-
sure
No,
not.
and that movie was bad.
Yeah,
And
the
he was
movie
bad.
was
He was
bad.
bad in it.
But you see how he took it far, and he was a huge actor. He's like, I got to
He-
method act. I got to get
Man,
into
He
this.
did that for 2 scenes.
He looks like too much of a fucking
Ugh.
pretty boy for me to take him seriously.
Bro, he looks
I
like an
can't.
idiot.
He
Like,
looked
Putting his hand over his
stupid
mouth
in that
with the
movie.
It just everything is just stupid.
Even in fucking Fight Club, he just looks like too much of a pretty boy. And
But it wasn't big enough to me to notice.
yeah, he was like
wasn't
a side character who just gets his ass
Yeah.
beat,
Mhm.
which I love that.
Yeah, he was
part.
one of the main ones, right? One of the main fighters.
Hey,
Which
nah,
I
I'm
love. I
saying
love
that-
seeing
I
him
like
get his
I
ass
like
beat.
Jared Leto, but I love seeing him get his ass beat.
Damn, that's
you know,
fucked up.
I don't mind. I haven't seen Dallas Buyers Club. I heard he was really good in that.
He
too.
was. He played I think a transsexual.
Yeah.
He did, yeah.
something like that.
He died of
He was really good in that,
AIDS.
but he's just too pretty, bro.
Dude, I will always recommend. There's one movie that is on the top of my. I'm not as deep into movies as AB and Gio are, but I am a big fan of movies. One of the major movies that will always stay on like at least my top 20 is Mr. Nobody. Maybe even my top 15.
Oh,
Never
I
seen
think you
it.
told me
An
about that
amazing movie,
Tell
bro.
the audience what it's about.
So it's Jared Leto. It's Jared Leto in an old costume, but he's telling stories of his younger life. So basically, he's the last living mortal on Earth, right? So everyone at this point has become immortalized. They can give him medicine and keep him alive forever, shit like that. So an interview, there's an interview going on. I forgot how old, but like stupid old, and he's in a hospital, and they're just like taking care of him, keeping him alive because he's like a treasure. And this guy is interviewing him about his life, but he doesn't remember exactly how his life went. So he keeps giving him different stories, and each of the stories plays out differently. It's almost like a butterfly effect thing. Like there's characters in different ones that end up in different stories that you met in this one that aren't like his wife or something like that, and then in this other storyline they are his wife, and you kind of see like where his life would have been if he would have made this decision, or if he would have talked to this girl instead of this girl, or if he would have been more confident in like in this scenario than he was, and shit like that. Yeah, it's really really good, bro. It's really heartfelt. Like there's one of them where like his wife. I won't say too much, but there's one of them like where his wife's like schizophrenic and like he's having like a terrible life, and then there's another life where he's like a super rich guy, but his wife is cheating on him, and he's like so disconnected from his family that he's not even happy.
So it sounds like there's a bunch of like movies within that one movie.
Yeah.
Because
It's like 3 or 4
lives.
major ones.
Yeah,
There's
a bunch of lives within that one life of the guy in the movie.
Yeah,
That's pretty stiff.
super good soundtrack.
That's a great idea for a movie.
It is. It is really really good.
That sounds interesting.
Super interesting, man.
It does.
Butterfly Effect is also super good, but that one's a lot more sad.
Yeah, Ashton Kutcher did a great
depressing.
job in that movie.
He did. That was a dark movie.
I heard there's like alternate endings or something like that.
Yeah.
I actually was just watching them. Yeah.
There are?
Yeah, there's one.
I'll have to check them out.
I think where he gets like reverted back. I can't remember exactly how it goes. I know he looks back at the old footage and he remembers things as he lives his life. There's like a box of old footage and like I can't remember. You don't remember exactly how it goes? I don't know, but
I don't even remember.
yeah, it doesn't matter. But there's a couple of them, but they're all sad. none of them are good, bro. Well, actually, one of them is good. One of them he ends up talking to her at the end. I don't know if y'all remember the ending scene, but he passes by the love interest.
I haven't watched that shit in
good
a
or whatever.
long time.
Yeah.
Because he's like, if I talk to her, like everything's gonna go to shit, and like she's gonna end up in a fucking bad situation, and so am I. So like at the very end, it's so sad. I mean, if you haven't seen it by now, watch it. But he walks past the girl, bro, in like a busy New York City. And like he looks at her, and it's like, "Come on," that Oasis song. Don't be scared. That one.
I don't think I've heard it. Sing it more.
All of the stars are fading away. You know what I mean? Don't stop crying your eyes out. I think is what the name of the song is. When he looks back at her, and then she doesn't look back at him, and he turns. And he's like, "I gotta keep doing that. I gotta keep living my life. I'm happy. She's happy." And then she turns around right when he turns around. It's so good, bro. I swear to God, it's a really dark movie, so it's so good.
Okay, I think that's actually a good note to end on. Omar recapping Omar singing, recapping a good ending, alternate ending of a movie that we've seen.
Shit.
All right, guys.
So.
Okay.
Thanks everybody for coming.
All right.
Bye, guys.
Adios.
Bye.